Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcos. Let me look at you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay. Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still on the songs with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a smell, man. No proof I'm alive by the motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like another city, the driver's side floor. Just like a large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube and view it for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Morning, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you.
Howdy, boy.
Howdy.
That's
gonna say that.
Sound right coming out of my mouth.
Welcome on in, everybody. It's a Super Bowl Friday.
Man, I wish I could have ever experienced it.
Yeah, sorry,
Not
man.
like this.
Well, I mean, listen. Well,
A lot of people don't get to, though. And like it sucks that, you know, it's one part of the sport that I never got to experience. I would say this, that the national championship thing in college is totally different.
How so?
Right? Because at the end of the year, they pick 2 teams
Mm-hmm.
and then 1 team. And like you could have 2 teams with the same record. Like Michigan split it 1 year because they have the AP and the coaches poll. And so you could always justify it by saying, you know, because I would argue we lost to Miami and Notre Dame the first 2 games of the season. That was our first 2 games. We went Miami, Notre Dame, or Notre Dame, Miami, and then UCLA on the road. That was our first 3 warm-up games.
Sheesh.
Right? We lost 2 of those games by a total of 3 points and never lost again. And so you could always, you know, kind of justify, say we were the best team in the country, right?
Yeah, I mean, you guys should have TCB'd, but I understand.
But in see what I mean, Marcos? You can't
-1.
You can't have a conversation with this dude
for sass.
But in professional sports, it is what it is, right? You either have a chance to win a series, you have a chance to win the playoffs. Once you get there, the record doesn't matter as much as it does in college. And then you get to this point. And in this point, like anything could happen. Anything.
Yeah, man, it really could. And it's hilarious that we, you know, put all the circumstances that go into this week of the festivities and whatnot. Just ready for the game by now. Let's get going, you know?
Yeah, I would say the saddest part of this week, believe it or not, was Eric Metcalf not getting into the Hall of Fame. Wasn't even a finalist.
No.
And Devin Hester did.
Devin Hester did.
Go look at their numbers.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm happy for Devin Hester.
No.
See, friend.
I don't want to have the conversation and make it seem like I'm diminishing the accomplishments of the people that got in.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying Eric Metcalf was the first Devin Hester.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And he has almost 20,000 yards in the NFL. Think about that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And didn't even make a final, didn't get to the finalist list. And that's where I hate having these conversations, even though I have nothing against Devin Hester. When Devin Hester was playing, right, it was must-see TV.
Of course.
Even if it was just punts and kickoffs. It was amazing.
You have the old saying, you never kick the Devin Hester.
Right. Who was didn't he wait in Chicago in the Super Bowl down here? He took the first kickoff to the house.
Sure
right?
did.
Yeah.
Sure did. But congratulations to the two
Yep.
Canes, him and Andre Johnson, both getting into the Hall of Fame yesterday.
Andre Johnson, all the guys were well.
Julius Peppers got in.
Julius
Dwight
Peppers,
Freeney,
Dwight Freeney,
Patrick Willis,
who was the first Warner. That dude was an animal.
Yeah,
right. So
good class.
It is. There's no it's one of those conversations. If Metcalf wasn't my boy, would I feel the same way? I don't know. Right.
But of course, I get it.
No, but it's something to see it firsthand.
Look, I'm always gonna have respect for Metcalf, fellow toe reader,
But what I'm saying is I saw it firsthand.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't see it from the periphery. I saw it firsthand. Right. You talking about a guy who had at the time led the NFL in return touchdowns and also had a couple seasons where he had 100 catches. Like, how is that not a game changer? So
you should lead the charge. It started with a simple rant that got, Zach Thomas a lot of momentum to get back into the Hall of Fame. Maybe we got to start getting Metten now that Devin Hester is in.
Yeah. I mean,
because I would just say, I think a lot of people aren't even aware.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't. I just looked up his stats, and even in 89, not only did he have 54 receptions, he also had 187 carries.
That's his rookie year.
Yeah, that's rookie year. And then I was looking at the return stats. I was comparing them with Devin Hester. And although Devin Hester probably has, more, maybe 2,000 more kickoff return yards, they're comparable in punt return yards and in punt return touchdowns. And like you said, Metcalf had seasons where he had, a bunch of carries and 100 receptions. So,
right, it's like
lead the charge, Leroy.
Here's the problem. What do you put him in as?
Well, I think Devin Hester's going in as a returner.
No, but I'm saying Metcalf, you have to take all the numbers collectively.
Well,
when you elect them to the Hall of Fame, what did you elect them as? Because if you separate all those numbers, it becomes a different conversation.
Yeah, but I don't think that the thing is, I think Devin is going in as a specialist. I don't think his other numbers are relevant in this case.
But right, no, I understand that. But how close is? I think does Devin have more touchdowns? I think he has a couple more, if I'm not mistaken.
Punt return touchdowns, Devin Hester has 14, Metcalf has 10. And then kick return touchdowns, Hester has 5, Metcalf has 2.
Okay,
but still pretty impressive numbers, though.
Right, but again, he was the leader in the. Let's take this back a notch. When he got done with football, he led those categories.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we talk about your importance in the era that you played, right? Then he was the leader in all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is probably one of those things. There's a virality to Devin Hester. I don't know if that's a word, but people watch Devin Hester's returns all the time. I don't feel like I ever seen an Eric Metcalf return in crap, over social media.
Oh my God,
that's the best college mix.
You know how Tyreek throws up deuces.
Mm-hmm.
My rookie year, I saw Metcalf take a kickoff, and by the time he got to midfield, he was like this. And I was like, that boy is fast.
I'm happy Andre Johnson got in because I was a little surprised.
Quiet dude. So
yeah, and receivers just so hard to get in. So I'm happy that he is. I think he deserves it, but I was a little skeptical that he was going to get in.
Right.
Reggie Wayne was upset on social media yesterday. He did not get on social media. He did not get into the Hall of Fame. So he's still on the outs as far as the great Canes are concerned.
Is he getting overshadowed by? I mean, if you think of Peyton Manning and Harrison, right? Is he considered the second?
Yeah, I think so.
Right? You see what I'm saying?
Probably.
I'm a big proponent of the numbers speak for themselves, but when you say Peyton Manning, who's the first person you mentioned?
Marvin Harrison.
Okay, and so now,
he's third because then you think of that whole then the next guy I think of is Edge.
Right.
And then I
so
think of Red.
does that hurt? Does that hurt him? Because
Definitely.
when you talk about that team and you talk about the Hall of Famers on that team, would somebody say he is a result of playing with other Hall of Famers and them going out of their way to shut them down? He was getting a recipient of that. I think he was a great player. He should be in the Hall of Fame. But again, I don't know. See, I don't know how these writers think.
And Dave Sabb makes a good point. Dwight Freeney from that team got into this defense, but he got in from this team too. So
defense though.
No, I know, but it's still like I don't know if that's a thing where like they don't want to double up. Because I don't know how it works.
Because the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 70s had 8 guys,
all getting in one class.
Not in one class, but because you're the time you come up is staggered, right? So when you qualify for the Hall of Fame, you're 5 years out. Those numbers stagger because you don't all retire the same year.
El Burre says, "Show pony. It's an NFL Hall of Fame. Who cares if they were Canes?" Well, that sounds like somebody who roots for FSU. 2025 first time eligibles coming up. Eli Manning,
he's in.
Luke Kuechly, interesting case, left early.
That's the thing. He was so good, but left early.
Adam Vinatieri, definitely getting in.
You think is he going to be the first? Is he going to be the first kicker to make it first ballot Hall of Famer?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Because like if you say name a kicker, there's probably 3 kickers off the top of my head that I can think of. I played with the
Anderson.
kicker,
Anderson?
No. It goes Vinatieri. Mm-hmm. You got to think of Tuck right now.
Oh,
right?
Tuck.
Tucker getting in.
I'll see the bully him,
and then I'm thinking of was it Matt Stover?
Mm-hmm.
Because Matt Stover was Tucker before without the stronger leg, but he didn't miss, except when he played for the Browns with us.
Terrell Suggs is eligible next year.
T Sizzle.
Marshawn Lynch.
Whoa.
Interesting one.
Does he even have 10,000 yards rushing?
I don't know.
Because the aura of him is more famous than.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
10,000 yards, 10,413 yards, 85 touchdowns.
That's close.
2,000 yards receiving. Does that help?
No, I had that. That's close. Yep. That's close. Right? No, I didn't.
But I think you're right though. Like it's an interesting thing because normally, if you don't kiss the media's ass, it really goes against you, like Chris Carter did.
Which is by far. You have these writers every week writing about the diva players. And then when it comes to Hall of Fame, they don't have the stones to put all of their personal issues with players aside and just truly vote on the accomplishments or the success that the player had on the field. So if you're well-liked, you'll get in quicker. If you have problems with the media, then they won't vote for you, which is by far more embarrassing than anything they could write about a diva player, that they would take that route. And it's all Hall of Fames. All of them. All of them. I don't like him. He's a bad. Who cares, you bum? That bothers me to no end.
I know. Earl Thomas is eligible next year.
Oh, can't talk about that. The Legion of Boom, right?
Yeah. Joe Staley, Demaryius Thomas, the late Demaryius Thomas, Aqib Talib, Vernon Davis.
No.
Darren Sproles.
No.
And then finally, former Miami Dolphin, Cameron Wake. He won't get in, but hell of a story.
Here's why.
Damn.
Here's why his story probably needs to be told by these. Never mind. By people. Okay. because he had half the career of most of these people.
Right.
He started off in Canada
Yep.
because nobody wanted him. So we're not talking about a first rounder. We're not talking about a drafted player. We're not talking about a player that came into the league and developed into what he was. He went somewhere else, came here, right? And then had those numbers. Because he had over 100 sacks, right?
He finished with, hold on, Cam Wake. You guys talk while I look.
I mean, we're talking about
Find
Cam
words.
Wake.
He finished with just over 100 sacks.
Right.
100 and a half.
So if I tell
in
you
155 games.
Right. There you go. That's the story that needs to be told. Most of these guys played over 200 games. Right? So he had 100 sacks in 155 games is a pretty phenomenal. That in itself should be told. So before these people vote or select Hall of Fames, that story needs to be told.
Yeah, like Jason Taylor's career, 139 and a half sacks, 233 games.
There
46
you go. Put that in perspective. Jason Taylor, the Hall of Famer, no doubt. Hall of Famer. Averaged less sacks per game in his career than Cameron Wake.
46 forced fumbles in JT's career, 44 in Cameron Wake's. Oh, I'm sorry, 22, my bad.
Again.
Still a lot, though.
Right. So while we sitting here and the media and the writers getting all caught up in our feelings because he would have talked to me, right?
I don't think that was Cam Wake.
That's the story that needs to be told.
I remember talking to Cam Wake in the locker room a couple times. It seemed like a perfectly nice man.
Wow. Is this
you know what I wanted to do? You know what I wanted to do every time I met Cam Wake? Bring him a large.
Oh, he liked the tight shirts. Sometimes tight shirts with less material than needed to cover everything.
Right. But here's the deal. When you're telling the history of the NFL, that's a story that needs to be told.
I tell you what, I don't know if he'll make the Hall of Fame. That is an interesting story, but I wonder if he'll make the Dolphins Ring of Honor. Because
it would be pretty amazing that he makes the Hall of Fame before he get to Ring of Honor.
Yeah, it's kind of great. But like he's, now that he's eligible, I wonder if the Dolphins will think of that because they haven't had anybody. Has anybody gone in since JT and Zach?
Here's why you do it. You do it because then it'll bring attention to his career. And then it'll help him get into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So that's part of how you tell that story, right? So more of these people who, listen, it's not my story to tell about Cam Wake's career, but it is the people who go in that locker room. And I hate the fact that they pick and choose what stories to tell based on the relationship with the player. Because last time I checked, your job wasn't about relationships. Your job was to tell the stories of the week to week or season to season stories of the NFL and the players that you involved with. Am I wrong?
Dade South says, "Where's a show pony Hall of Fame? I know a first ballot nominee."
Oh yeah. Wait, which one is it? Is it the pony taking a nap, or the trotting pony, or that little bitty baby pony that was running through the
hammock jockey, the hammock donkey? We'll take a quick break. Those are our headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Back up to this.
Previously on
Tobin and Leroy.
When it comes off his foot, you have to watch the flight of the ball.
WQAM.
Yeah, man. Once again, this song.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. We got your chance to win a 3-day pass to go rock the oceans at the Tortuga Music Festival on Fort Lauderdale Beach, April 5th through the 7th. You guys can see Lainey Wilson, Hardy, Jason Aldean, Old Dominion, and more. This is the part where Leroy is going to interrupt and tell me to say Teddy Swims, even though he's not part of the liner. Nor do I even know if he's part of the lineup. But they tell me that he is. To enter, text the word Hardy to 20357. HARDY. Hardy. Win the truck.
Hey.
Win the truck.
Listen, from my own experiences, I'm just a toe dipper into this genre of music. So my list of artists that I like is much smaller than everybody else's. So if I'm going to take part in Tortuga, then I have to mention the artists that I'm inclined to listen to, and maybe that'll bring others along.
This is who they got. All right, they got Bailey Zimmerman. I like him. Asher McBride. The Turnpike Troubadours. Teddy Swims is confirmed. He is there. Look at
We already knew.
I'm just double checking.
Okay.
Brett Michaels. Boys to Men.
What?
Yep.
Boys to Men. That
Yeah.
TLC.
no TL.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Well,
they kept
No
the name.
TC.
TC.
They kept the name. Just want to be clear on that.
We used to hang out with them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, one, because remember Andre Rison was with the Browns.
Oh, that's right.
He was with Lisa.
Mm.
So they would all come by. And then when we went to a MC Hammer concert in Cleveland, and they opened for MC Hammer.
That's probably all the other people you'll know. I mean, I know if I know them, but I don't want to get too in the weeds. And thank you to Schmiethan who says Tobin knows no TLC, but you bet your ass he knows KFC.
Witcher.
Let me tell you something. If Schmiethan Schmoldick was the sheriff of an old western town, and duels at high noon were just done with insults, he'd get all the bad guys.
I was shocked last segment. He said something nice about Cameron Wake. He said that he's the first ballot Hall of Fame for handsome. And I was
right about that.
You just
Handsome,
nice.
dude.
Hey, so who would win between him and Dave South?
Wow.
Yeah.
Are images allowed?
I feel like
images allowed. Yeah.
I feel like Dade South's insults are more lovingly. Schmiethan's just more biting and vicious. So I don't know. But I don't know who's quicker.
Schmiethan is just mean as hell.
Mean as a snake, dude. Sheesh. Leroy, can you get a weather update from the Desmond and Dover Law Firm? YourAccentAttorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call at 866-954-MORE.
I was up early this morning. Had some stuff to take care of. Got to tell you, not bad. A little breezy. I'm going to come over here and take a look outside. I noticed the winds are out of the east. It is mostly cloudy. I don't know how much that plays into the rain because this time of year it gets cloudy in the, kind of in the winter, but it doesn't necessarily mean rain. Doesn't look like it. You might get a little spritzer. So just look out for that. I would say winds are about 10 to 15 miles an hour out of the east. And it's still pretty cool. So I'm going to say out of the northeast. So other than that, pretty nice day.
Pretty close. Winds, they say, coming out of the east, southeast at 13 miles per hour.
That means it's going to get warmer.
Yeah, it is mostly cloudy, like you mentioned, about 76 degrees, and a small chance of rain, nothing too crazy. But it's probably going to stay around this temperature for quite some time, with lows dipping back into the low 60s midweek next week.
That's tolerable. What's game time? I need to know if I need to
It's
because
cold in Vegas right now, right?
no, yeah, it's freezing. Like the highs are like 40s, 50s.
Well, for us down here, Sunday, in your area specifically, it is looking pretty good. Low of 70, high of 80,
Ooh,
partly
beautiful.
cloudy, with a 15% chance of rain.
That's
That,
beautiful because the last couple of years for Super Bowl, it's been cold.
It's
We were sitting
40
outside cuddling. And that
41
ain't
degrees
right.
right now. That place is a dome, yeah?
Yeah.
Or it's a track.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. You can't do football in 115 degrees, dude.
Is Raiders Stadium.
True.
Yes, it's a dome. We drove by it 1,000 times.
He needs proof.
Oh my goodness.
Dome.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Tommy.
Will Teddy Swims be a Tortuga?
Hey, so do you really let's use the big side of our brain, the one that thinks 115 degrees in September and August. You want to play football outside?
It is the Raiders. You always gotta, you gotta make sure that they
didn't build
cover
the
their
stadium
bases.
though. The
You gotta
city
make
built
sure.
the stadium. The city.
It is a spaceship.
Dude, let me
It's
tell
kind
you.
of cool though. You could take there's like little walking things, then there's like monorails from the casinos to it. It's cool.
They started doing that when they did all the casinos and the like when they built the arena and stuff like that, because it's all attached.
I think the closest one to is the Mandalay Bay. I think that's where you know how I recognize this because I was looking for our burger joint, which is now Wahlburgers, and it really upset me.
Dude, that burger joint.
And there I saw the walking path to Allegiant Stadium.
Hey, by the way, Marcos, we ate at this burger joint.
Yeah.
Right? And let me tell you, burger, fries, couple of appetizers, right? Maybe a drink. 100.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
It wasn't cheap.
Man, I thought you were going the other direction.
No.
Such great value.
No.
We'll take a quick break here on the show. Some snubbery last night with the NFL awards. Tell you about it next.
This
Yeah, man. So we back in the club.
Trying to spoil halftime, Marcos?
Just trying to get us,
Well, he's trying to remind you who the hell Usher is. That's what he's trying to do.
yeah, get us in the zone.
Don't try to flip it on him.
Oh, we forget about that, Miami Heat will be back on the practice floor today as they're getting ready for the Boston Celtics. They have Super Bowl Sunday action, 2:00. I don't know if you guys saw, but Haywood Highsmith is going to be back with the team today. He was away from the team for what they said personal reasons. He was involved in a car accident where he had hit somebody who was trying to push their car, and the guy ended up getting his leg amputated. He was not charged with anything. He was cited for careless driving. He stayed with the guy the whole time. It was not a hit and run. He wasn't really speeding, and there were no drugs and alcohol involved. Just seems like an unbelievably horrific, unfortunate accident.
Yeah.
So he is going to be back with the team today, but that had to be, first of all, for the guy who's in the hospital right now, because he was pushing, I guess, his car that disabled, didn't have lights on, and was trying to push it. And I guess Haywood hit his leg or something like that.
That's that terrifies me because if you've ever driven up on a car that didn't have his lights on at night, it scares the hell out of you.
Yeah. Or people like walking their dogs in a dark neighborhood or something like that.
Right.
So, really scary stuff from Haywood. His agent put out a long statement, said that he stayed on the scene until things happened. But the guy ended up getting his, I guess, they said partial leg amputation for the individual. And, just really, really unfortunate to see that all happen. But Haywood will be back with the team today as they resume practice this afternoon in about 15 minutes. They'll be back at practice.
Right.
It's possible we get somebody from the Heat today. I don't like to jinx guests, but I will say it's possible that we have a little surprise today. So keep on the ear out for that. Heat did not make any trades yesterday, Leroy. Leroy was trying to I was proud of Leroy today, Marcos. Did you see in our group text he was trying to get in on the buyout market?
I saw, man. He's still trying to make some things happen.
It's amazing.
Look at Leroy trying to make
moves. No. Here's the amazing thing about
you. Must not be happy with his team.
Here's the amazing thing about you.
What?
I make a suggestion, and you start throwing the money ramifications at me. But let me finish. But if you throw something out there and I talk about money ramifications, you go, make it work. Make it work.
Well, I mean, if it's possible to make it work. First of all, I don't understand these rules. The NBA has come up with extra rules for everybody now with tiers of the salary cap and punishments and punitive luxury taxes. And now only certain teams can do buyouts at a. What is this? Let me just understand. What are we? Who is being prevented from winning? Like, why are they adding extra rules? Weren't there enough rules already for the NBA? I already knew that you had to match size. Now I need to know luxury tax and punitive tiers and aprons. And doesn't Andy Ellisberg work enough? We're making more rules for the NBA. Who is prevented? Let me just ask something. Who's unable to win right now in the league?
They all vote on these things, right?
But I don't think they know what they're voting on. Because I don't think they know what they're voting on. I think some guy just comes there. There's one guy who's whining about it because who's not winning right now? You got the Wolves, the Thunder, the Kings. They're all good. What are we supposed to do? We're supposed to just keep making rules to make it possible for the Wizards to be relevant? They're the Wizards.
I think in a perfect league, right? Now, this is just dream world stuff, right? Because some people just do the job better. In a perfect world, I think all these leagues would like the people who have an opportunity to change. You're going to have your main teams, right? They're always going to love when New York, LA, Boston, right, are good. But the league becomes more interesting when now you have a team like Minnesota or OKC. You see what I mean? When Steph was winning with Golden State, to have a different contenders
Mm-hmm.
or teams that are on the up and coming with either drafts or free agents or whatever, I think that's what makes the league, great. One of the things that why baseball has been so interesting in the last few years is that it hasn't been New York, Boston, or LA that win every championship. And everybody always said, well, New York can just buy it. Well, they can't.
Yeah, but wouldn't that put to the point, like, why do I have to add rules then for people to not spend?
Because sir, if you have a feeling that certain teams are able to take advantage, here, they changed the rules like this, and I'll use an analogy in football. What are we thinking about changing right now? The tush push. Why? Only one team can do it.
It's not football.
But again, so that's why rules change. That's why, basketball, if you have one team or a couple of teams that are able to manipulate the salary cap and always be ahead of the game and other teams can't do it, you change the rule. So now they can't be the foremost experts on salary cap.
Anyway, Leroy wanted Spencer Dinwiddie, but I explained to him the Heat can't get it. I guess there are rules now of a buyout. You can't get somebody at a certain point, depending on your situation. You can't get a certain guy at a buyout number if their pre-buyout number is not this number. So I guess the Heat is.
Let me tell you why that's dumb. Nobody's getting that money. Why are you gonna penalize a team for that money?
That's what I'm saying.
If the buyout gets him $6 or $7 million, right? Then nobody can sign him unless they have $13 million under the cap. Nobody's paying that money.
I don't like it. So anyway,
this crazy.
The Heat can't get
Are
anybody.
we explaining that right?
I just saw it because I didn't know people were just throwing out people to the Heat yesterday, like Marcus Morris, right? And you can't get Marcus Morris because he's pre-buyout is $16 million. So the Heat can't sign him. The way I saw Anthony Chang tweet out, the Heat can only sign somebody if their pre-buyout number is $12.4 million or less. So you suggested Spencer Dinwiddie. He makes too much money. He made 18 this year.
Oh, 18. But you understand what I'm like nobody's getting that money. A buyout means you're getting bought out for less. So why anybody who signs that guy gets penalized for the full amount?
This
you
is
should
what
only
I'm talking
be penalized for the buyout amount.
Well, and also like you guys like let's just say the Hornets don't want that person. The Raptors don't want that person.
Right.
So like, what does it matter what team he gets to go to?
It's like in football, you get cut, right? Highest bidder, baby. Let's go.
I don't like it. I don't like learning new stuff. I like the way it
not
was.
Even new, you sure we're explaining this right? Because it sounds dumb.
I know.
Because here, think about let's do real talk here. So I'm supposed to make 20 million, right? I get traded and I'll okay a buyout for 13 million. So I'm just throwing 7 million away, right? But now, if another team wants to sign me off the buyout market, right? They got to have 20 million against the cap. In fairness, to be honest, if the other team bought you out for 13 million, you should only need 7 million, so it makes him whole. So he gets his 20 million. How can one player, because if he gets bought out for 15, that means in the salary cap, he's basically counting 35 million. Because the next team can't sign him unless he has 20 million. So how does one player go from counting 20 million against the cap to count 35 million? Because the team that bought him out, that's going to be 15 million, right?
So here's what it says. Miami Herald, this is from Anthony Chang, Barry Jackson. It says, so the Heat turns its attention to the buyout market with 14 players signed to standard contracts. The Heat has one more spot on its 15-man roster, but there's a new wrinkle as part of this new collective bargaining agreement that limits the Heat's buyout market options. Under the terms of the new CBA beginning this season, teams that are $7 million or that are $7 million above the $165.2 million luxury tax threshold cannot sign any released player with a pre-waiver salary of more than $12.4 million. The Heat falls into this category with their current salary at $176 million.
So that not see, here we go. Let's back it up here because Leroy and Tobin conversation kind of. Here's what they're saying. We're not going to reward you for already being over the cap.
It's bogus.
But that's that. Okay, I get that.
It's bullcrap, Javoski.
I get that. So you're saying, how should a team be able to benefit from a buyout market if you're already over the cap?
Yeah. It's stupid. Why can't if he wants to be on the Heat? If Marcus Morris wants to be on the Heat, or Spencer Dinwiddie wants to be on the Heat.
What did you just call it?
I don't know. Like, why can't they do that? They write as buyout candidates like Danilo Gallinari. Oh, let me tell you something right now, dude.
No,
right,
don't say it because that's
I'm going to tell you something right now, dude. Okay, Danilo Gallinari has been in Miami Heat rumors for
7 years,
8 years. Too late. Sorry. Rats off a ship. Don't want Danilo Gallinari.
We got to get one of these. Don't we have to get one of these Heat killers?
I don't want Danilo Gallinari. Never wanted Danilo Gallinari. I don't want him on the Heat. I don't want him in the Heat.
Who's the other one? For is it Orlando? Plays for Orlando? Oh, is it Orlando or Charlotte? I'm trying to think. There's another like European that just always just eats up. I know Vucevic, Gallinari. Gallinari's old though, right?
Bogdanovich.
There it is.
Boyan or Bogdan?
Anyone.
Oh. We'll take a quick break. Our Tua coming up next.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tagovailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback. Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Hour two of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Meow. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Let's get to our headlines. Brought to us by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Florida Panthers beat the Caps last night 4-2. The Lamborghini revved it up for the go-ahead goal in the third period, and they did not look back. So the Panthers back in the win column. We'll talk about it more coming up in Cat Talk. The Heat will practice today. They're getting ready for the Celtics Sunday. So the Heat, this is a nice little break. 3 games, and then you got a Super Bowl Sunday showdown with the C's, and then 2 more games before the All-Star break. The Bucks dropped to 1-5 under Doc Rivers. 1-5. Now they did not have Dame and Chris Middleton yesterday, to be fair, but Doc Rivers.
We got some more pressing issues. Evidently, all of y'all who think we can win with Giannis, we 0-5 without Dame. Whew. You do with that what you want.
Did you guys hear Doc Rivers yesterday was talking about the sleep patterns? He goes, I've never been through, a flight with that many changing of time zones. I'm like, man, this Doc Rivers is an artist with the excuses. He's got everyone in the book.
What do you?
How long is he
wait.
gonna
What do you expect from a coach that took over a team second in the conference and don't have a winning record?
And he's like, wouldn't wish this on anybody. I'm like,
You-
what?
You got
Anyway.
that right.
Joe Flacco was named comeback player of the year.
I tell you what, I was shocked by this because I understand the impact, right? I watched every game.
Mm-hmm.
He was a baller. The numbers don't necessarily show that because he had 13 touchdowns and 8 picks.
Mm-hmm.
And he only played 4 games. So that's the part where, even though I fully understand because I was in it, every week, understand the impact that he had. Can you get comeback player of the year because you didn't have a job because nobody wanted you?
This is what I have an issue with. Okay. So DeMar Hamlin doesn't win the award. He ends up finishing second.
Right.
So obviously people took into account, wow, what are we coming back from? Well, DeMar Hamlin wins over everybody. He came back from death. So, but he did not do anything really this year.
Special teamer, a couple
tackles. It's just the fact that he was on the field. That was the win.
That was the win. Correct.
Tua finished 5th in the voting.
Right.
Now, he led the league in passing.
Yep.
All season. The biggest question about him all year was health, and not only health, head health, that people were saying he should retire. The guy goes out there, takes jujitsu, and then plays 17 games and leads the league in passing, and somehow doesn't even finish second, doesn't finish third. He finishes 5th.
Right.
Behind Matthew Stafford and Baker Mayfield. That's weird. This guy, hold on. So the guy, people were basically saying, we're squeamish watching Tua play football because, oh my God, he's going to get killed. He plays all the games, leads all these bums in passing. So the biggest producer out of anybody in these categories. How does that finish 5th in the voting?
Let's see. You have a valid point, and I'm not like gonna squash it. Normally I tell you you're an idiot, but I can't do that.
Wow.
But I'll say this. When you talk about comebacks, did anybody think Baker Mayfield was going to be any good after last year?
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't know the Matthew Stafford thing. He got hurt.
His arm.
His
He
arm.
Had like
Right.
Tommy John, didn't he?
Right. So I get that. But if not, this is hard because, I'm a Browns guy, right? Can you win comeback player of the year after 4 games when your only reason for not playing was nobody wanted you, not injury?
Look, it's a fantastic story for Joe Flacco.
It is.
Great
But
for him.
you didn't answer my question.
But he played 5 games, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, all right, his kids were rooting against him last year. Like, again, they were wearing Tyreek Hill jerseys. He's old. It's a great story. But he finishes, okay, if we're not going to do, the DeMar Hamlin story, because it was a crazy comeback, the guy who came back from the most danger was Tua. It was stretching off the field.
Yeah, but is it
coming
back?
Down.
Is it necessarily coming back from injury or coming back from you coming back from last year? Like, I think all that comes into play. You can say Matthew Stafford came back from injury. Check. You could say Tua came back from injury. Correct. DeMar Hamlin, I would say, leads all people coming back from injury because he came back from death. Right? Check.
Hold on.
What?
Hold on. -1.
Why?
Marcos.
I agree. Wait, no.
He puts on the chat.
JFig, right?
He writes on the chat.
Wow.
Can't even beat Joe Flacco in an award race. Even the NFL doesn't respect Tua's inflated stats and signs it JFig.
That was probably Fig.
I know that wasn't JFig.
No, this is what I wrote. Yeah, this one was mine. Wow, Fig, that's messed up. Yeah, that's the one that I wrote.
You are messed up, Marcos. That's -1.
Wow.
For
Wait a minute. Are you using your powers for evil?
No, I didn't. JFig, if it wasn't you, then stay backstage. If it was you, come defend your honor. That's all I'm saying. Based off what I see in the chat.
You are
JFig.
You have pulled a rat bastard move.
I can't believe she said that, dude. What do you mean?
Wait,
Wow.
and JFig's response means she's never been in any fights. Do you want to tussle?
What are you, Vic Fangio, JFig?
So yeah. I would say I'm still trying to figure out what Joe Flacco came back from. Right?
Old?
Nobody wanted him. There was 31 teams. Nobody wanted to sign Joe Flacco. So, but if it's injury, then it has to be DeMar Hamlin. Now, Baker Mayfield just came back from sucking.
Yep.
And so that could be, but he's the only one in that class, right? Because nobody else on that list came back from being bad.
I mean, Joe Flacco was bad last year. But he's also very old.
But he only played 5 games.
No, I'm saying the year before that,
right?
With the Jets.
But he still only played 5 games this year, right? The Baker Mayfield led his team to a division.
Just find it we're just gonna overlook the fact that everybody told Tua he should have retired last year.
Right. If
people wanted Mike McDaniel taken away in handcuffs for hiding injuries last year.
If you're gonna go injury, right? I'm going DeMar Hamlin. Because life is the greatest comeback, right? And to be able to be back on a football field is pretty remarkable.
Yes. but that was kind of his comeback, was just he got back on the football field. Tua, very scary injury, the scariest out of all these guys.
Now, here, let's look at it this way. And again, I don't have the guy that I would have voted for is DeMar Hamlin. So, do we look at who had the greatest improvement from the year before, either with injury or with sucking? And that would be Baker, right? He was god awful last year, even though he won a couple of games he played for 4 teams, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So me personally, I said back then, I didn't make as big of a deal of the concussions as everybody else did.
But people did. That's the
people
thing.
did. No, people did. People
it
did.
Was a media storm. Like Mike, do you remember there's a point where Stephen A. Smith told Mike McDaniel, "I don't want to hear you. Don't say anything because I don't want to hear you're a liar."
Right. And what I said was this: is that everybody has 1 or 2 of those years if you have a long career where it's just fluke injury after fluke injury after fluke injury, right? It just happened to be with Tua's head at a time where we're putting emphasis on head injuries. But in most cases, right? Because I had a year like that. And I told you, Bill Belichick went on this past year and said, I held the player out even though he was cleared to play. And I said, I was that player. I remember it well. That whole year, right, I kept getting dinged. And I never missed anything else after that. So I'm coming from my own experiences where the situations are, were playing out with Tua. And I'm like, yeah, I get the long-term effects, but this is just a bad year. He's getting very unfortunate. And so I'm going to wait before I start talking about retirement and all that, because if this continues year after year after year, then we got to have that conversation. But people like that's what listen, we live in a world now where the story can't be the story. You got to add your own little hyperbole into it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not about the story. It's about how well you write about the story. And so at the time when Tua was going through all this, right? Everybody was all up in arms about, the concussions and stuff like that. When he made it through the whole season, the conversation just moved to, well, can Tua be the guy? Well, wait a minute. You're saying he shouldn't have been playing. He led the league in passing, and you just moved on to the next topic.
Exactly. And
so,
it's just, I feel like if it was other quarterbacks that happened to, like it wouldn't be as forgotten and moved on from. But anyway, we'll take a quick break. Back with more after this.
This hour of Tobin and
It's our number 2 with Tobin and Leroy.
Peace up, A-Town down. Yeah. Okay.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Got a little tickle my fancy later on this.
You confuse this with Run It.
Yeah, I can see it. My bad.
Brings up a good point, though. I'm going to check who produced both. Lil Jon on that one, but did he produce Run It?
Interesting.
Isn't Usher's Atlanta and Chris Brown is West Coast, isn't he?
You guys got any favorite props for this week? For Sunday?
Do I? I got all the props, dude.
What are the exciting? What are the things that tickle your fancy, Marcos? What do you?
I got
what do you
I
have?
got a smorgasbord of props for you guys.
What do you got?
First song Lil Jon is going to come out with. What do you
Lil
think?
Jon.
Lil Jon?
I'm sorry, Lil Jon. I think it's going to be the Lil Jon song. That's why I said that.
Yeah.
Usher. What song do you think Usher is going to come out with first? I definitely want to put.
I think it's got to be a song where he dances a lot.
I think it has to be or I don't know. What if it's electronic?
Wait. More important question. This will tell the tale.
Yeah.
Does he do any collabos or does he do it all on his own? Because will also. Because if you don't have Lil Jon, it might not be his first.
He's got to do some collabs. You got to have some collabs.
Well, Katy Perry didn't.
Yeah, but remember
Rihanna
the last
didn't.
She did have a giant tiger
Rihanna didn't because she was 50 feet in the air
and pregnant.
Yeah. What was there was
The
like
Weeknd. Did the Weeknd have anybody there?
No, but that was COVID though. Didn't really invite anyone. He had a bunch of weird dancers, but it was all him. The one that we saw at Leroy's house though had nothing but what was it, 50 Cent, Dr. Dre.
Oh yeah, that was the West Coast. Yeah.
Dade South says Usher said Lil Jon and Ludacris will be there.
Okay.
Look at that. Yeah, because the halftime performer does like a press conference in the week of. So
okay. So now do you go Ludacris or do you do them all both? The first opening you do them both? Or do you do one in one song, another in another song?
Well, just to look at the odds. Halftime show, Usher first song performed. I guess the favorite, if it's minus, that's a favorite, right? You think I know
minus?
Yeah.
The only one that's minus 120 is My Way, and I don't even know what the hell My Way is.
Oh, my way, she does it my way.
That's minus.
Don't care what...
Yeah, I don't know.
That's not his famous.
I think that was his first song.
Wow. What's crazy is they have, maybe because they're expecting the good songs to be like saved for the end, but they got DJ Falling.
But My Way, my way is that was a big hit for him.
Yeah, okay. But it's not compared. I'm looking at
and I think if I'm thinking was Ludacris in My Way?
I don't think so. Let's see. Usher, My Way. Nope. Just him.
Okay. That was like his first hit though. So either gonna start with Yeah or My Way.
Based off the numbers here, they're giving you plus 700 for Yeah, plus 700 for Love in This Club. The one that I also think could possibly start is a very sports venue friendly that oh my god that he has with Will I Am.
Oh yeah.
OMG.
Yeah.
You know what? Usher of all of like the R&B stars, right? He made a lot of club music. Like it didn't have to be touched, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of stuff you hear just as is in the club.
You guys want the odds for Gatorade?
Oh, I need that.
I'm a big fan of the orange or yellow or green.
Orange.
Some hot action on that right now. The opening line for orange was plus 550. It's down to plus 300.
Plus 300.
Yep. Pretty even odds all over. It's spread around.
What's your favorite Gatorade flavor?
Blue.
Blue?
They're all situational, to be honest. When I'm sick, I need the yellow. When I'm trying to impress people, I pull out the blue.
What do you
What?
yellow?
What?
Gatorade?
No.
Baby?
Well,
Yeah.
keep in mind here, Gatorade's good if you're nauseated or whatever, right? Because it has the electrolytes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
more of a mental.
I
thing.
don't drink that Gatorade with all the sugar in it. I drink zero.
Well, that's gross. You shouldn't even be in this conversation.
None of this helps us because nobody cares what your guy's favorite flavor is. What do you think they're gonna have?
But not blue. Nobody drinks blue on the sidelines, you idiot.
Actually,
orange.
wrong. It's been the most popular color over the last 5 years.
What?
Whatever.
Last year, purple. Year before that, blue with the Rams. Buccaneers, blue. Chiefs the year before that, orange. Patriots, blue.
Orange.
Huh.
Well, whoa. This is a very easy answer.
Why?
Go to the 2 Super Bowls that Kansas City won.
It just
No,
did.
they switched it up. Yeah,
They just gave it to you. Chiefs last year, purple.
Right?
Yeah. And then orange the
The
first
one in 2020, orange.
Oh.
Yeah. But there was a recall on the purple in 2020. Nah, I don't know about that. It just seems like one of those random
Purple
facts.
right now is the favorite.
Okay, so they're going back to back. So people are saying going back to back.
Purple's the favorite. Then it's orange or yellow at plus 300.
I like the OGs. Red, orange, yellow.
Blue, red, pink are all plus 350.
Pink. What is pink? They used to have a pink lemonade one, and then they had kiwi strawberry.
I like kiwi strawberry.
Yeah.
I was a fan. I was a fan of kiwi strawberry.
I like that.
As you can tell, we are frequent drinkers of the Gatorade.
Clear or water? Some value here.
I thought it was strange.
Plus 1,000
Plus
For
1,000.
water?
for clear or water.
Nobody
Plus
drinks water
1,000.
on the sidelines.
Yeah. What about no
They
Gatorade?
could have.
bath?
They could have.
Oh, somebody said, "Oh my God," was already performed at a Super Bowl.
Was it?
Hmm.
I don't remember that. And then no Gatorade bath. That's at plus 1,600 right now.
Well, first of all, let's do this. There's no way in hell
It's good value.
Andy Reid is going to elude no Gatorade.
But is he a little over it now? You know, third Super Bowl in
don't
5
matter.
years.
Dude,
The last
Bill
time they were,
Bill Belichick got dunked every time.
the last time it was none was Bill Belichick in 2017. No Gatorade bath.
Yeah.
The Ravens in 2013, Flacco's championship, no Gatorade bath.
Really?
Yep.
Well, that's because their coach was young. He probably ran the hell out of there.
Maybe. So
Do the coaches still shake hands after Super Bowl?
I think you're supposed to.
No, but I'm just saying, no, I'm not saying it as a disrespecting. I'm saying it as once that confetti goes, dude, if I lose Super Bowl, like I'll holler at you later. Go ahead and do you. Go ahead and celebrate. I ain't gonna make it awkward by you having to hunt me down. Go celebrate with your team.
In the early 2000s, there was a big run on clear.
What?
Yep. 05,
Just water or
06,
clear?
07,
I've
just
never
a-
seen clear Gatorade.
Yeah, I don't know. What would you consider? Like they have that white cherry.
Yeah, clear Gatorade could have flavor.
Gross.
But yeah, 08, 07, 06, 05, 04, all clear or none. So times have changed though since they've started taking action on this. One of the most popular prop bets out there.
And keep in mind it's indoors. So chances are it would have been pretty hard to hit that Gatorade when it was in New York that year.
Oof.
Man.
Because wasn't it cold?
It wasn't as cold as it was supposed to be.
The fact that we even having a conversation if it was cold mean the Super Bowl shouldn't have been there.
I was there.
I
I
know.
was there for that one. That one,
fine.
they had heaters. They had heaters for the media in the seats out, and I was like, this is kind of unnecessary. I remember the week of freezing, but I remember game day not being that bad.
But is that maybe why there was no Gatorade that year?
Was that the year? No, because the year that they won was Seahawks championship. They were orange.
Okay.
Man, there's so many levels to these Usher bets. Will he be wearing sunglasses during his first song? Will he wear Jordans during his performance?
This is my favorite bet.
Oh, will he wear the wheelies, the heelys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is my favorite bet on the broadcast props. How many gyms? The over-under is set at 14.5.
14?
No.
No, that's you. That's right.
Oh, Jim.
So Tobin said the line. Wait, what is the over-under on the T Swifties? Because
there's a lot.
If they get married, they're gonna have the same initials.
They have a lot of T Swift props. There's
Travis and Taylor Swift. T Swift.
Who will say Taylor Swift first? Jim Nance or Tony Romo? Nance is the dog at plus 110. Damn. Romo's minus 150.
Yeah, because he says everything.
This is a good prop. What will be higher? Travis Kelce receptions or T Swift live shots?
T Swift live shots. Because here it goes hand in hand.
Got plus money on it now.
Every time he makes a catch, they're gonna go to the booth.
Times Taylor Swift will be shown during the broadcast is set at 5.5.
Over
5.5 is minus 200. Unders plus 139.
There you go.
You're gonna sweat that out if you bet the under.
No, you're not, because it'll be over by halftime.
Unless he doesn't make it.
Every time he makes a play, every time he makes
alone, dude.
Every time he makes a play, they're gonna show the booth.
Also, like once the clock hits 00, like at the end of the game, does that count too?
Because during the game.
Only during the game.
Only during the game.
Primary color of T Swift's top. Red's the overwhelming favorite, minus 555. If you guys want some value, maybe a black top plus 1400.
No.
White is plus 500.
Why'd you wear black?
I don't know, maybe a black Chief shirt.
The only way she could keep it interesting is to come out looking like Big Bird in something yellow with red trim. Now, I will tell you, Usic's wife, she got it.
Oh, she's good.
with the coat.
Yeah, she's not making it though. She refused it for this game. She's not doing any designs for Tay.
Oh, that's right. Damn, that's good.
She's staying husband loyal.
Okay. I like that.
Because there is a bet, will she be shown with Usyk gear on? And it's an overwhelming no on the odds because everybody she said, I'm not making anything for Taylor Swift this game.
Okay.
Will she be shown crying if the Chiefs lose?
Oh,
no.
For sure.
Yes is an overwhelming favorite.
No. Absolutely not.
Minus 1,000.
Dude.
Bro, you think people don't want to
wait, hold on. Why would she cry? Because they lost a damn game.
I don't know. She's invested. She's a fan.
She's a grown-ass woman.
I think you severely
don't cry if you're listen. By the way,
I cry if
that Buffalo guy that picture will last forever.
Oh,
you know the crying dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't go back home. If you got a wife and kids, you can't go show your face in front of your wife and kids. You cry because your football team lost. Man up! Man up!
Amount of time Taylor Swift will be shown. Over under set at 28.5. The over is the favorite at minus 150.
28.5 seconds?
Seconds.
Over the course of
the game. So the time she's on.
That's way over. Because guess what? Here's the deal. Once the game's over, if they win,
Cowherd did a breakdown of this. He said that the average amount of time she's been shown is 25 seconds during a game. But it's the Super Bowl.
Guess what? So that means there's going to be extra breaks, talking after.
Yeah.
Wow. Here's one. What if T Swift did a little collabo with Usher?
I'm going to perform in Japan to come.
I'm pretty sure she turned down the Super Bowl, didn't she?
Yeah, she has.
JFig would know. I'm pretty sure she's turned down the Super Bowl.
Yeah, watch out, JFig.
And by the way, I mean, of course, Roger Goodell, I think, stepped in that opportunity because he was like, whoa, she doesn't even like Travis Kelce that much. She's a football fan before anything else.
Really? He didn't say that.
He kind of said that. He made it.
Wait, JFig says she turns it down every year.
Yeah, I'm sure she turned it down, but I think that after Roger Goodell, you're suggesting does she do a last minute collab, and I'm saying no way.
Here's why, JFig. T Swift don't do no freebies.
Nope.
She don't need the NFL. Okay? There's a lot of artists that come out with new albums. They use that to jumpstart it, and they do it for free, right? The NFL makes it sound like it's an honor for you to be able to come out there and get your material out there. If you're coming out with a new album, you can go ahead on and use us, but you're doing it for free. We're not paying you. T Swift is richer than any artist they've had on in the last however many years, right? She don't need the NFL. She don't need the publicity. So, yeah, what's the point? Free show? Was she flying in from Japan to watch a football game? No.
We'll take a quick break. Tickle Leroy's Fancy coming up next.
WQAM broadcasting live from the
Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh? You fancy, huh? You fancy, huh?
I'm so fancy. You already know I'm in the fast lane. From LA to Tokyo, I'm so fancy.
It is time, ladies and gentlemen, to tickle Leroy's fancy, which is, of course, brought to us by the Farmer's Dog. Fresh, human-grade dog food delivered right to your door. Brought to us by the Farmer's Dog. That Sonny Bunny, that tickle your fancy? Woo, woo. Oh, she said yes.
Oh, wow.
How about that?
Fancy is tickled.
The dog's fancy is tickled. Farmer's Dog, man.
Yeah.
Leroy,
What's up?
you ready to get your fancy tickled?
I'm ready.
Saturday, Leroy, 4 o'clock. The Miami Hurricanes host the number 3 UNC Tar Heels. Take your fancy?
Nah, I'll be out back doing my prep work.
Fancy, not tickled.
Yeah.
Throw a little something on the why don't you throw a little something on the screen while you're prepping?
I might put something out on the outside TV, but usually when I clean up back there, I have to separate everything.
You have to focus.
Well, no. I got to take all of the speakers and stuff and move it. You know, I have this big old TV, by the way. I have this big old TV. I can't hook my speaker up to it.
Why?
There's no
There's no outlet?
No.
So you got to get a Bluetooth? What about a Bluetooth speaker?
No. Everybody shut the hell up. I'm going to just turn the TV on high.
Interesting.
I mean, I could get it. I have a sound bar and all that, but it's too, you can't move it around like that.
Leroy, 6 o'clock. The Colorado Avalanche visit the Florida Panthers.
6
Take your
o'clock.
fancy?
6 o'clock. Yeah, it'll be closer to dark. I'll be done outside. I'll
Fancy is tickled.
I'll look at it. I mean, it's funny because last year when they were struggling to make the playoffs, we were watching every damn game, hoping that they would get in. And now they're playing 1,000 times better than they were this time last year. And we're like,
Playing some great hockey.
Yeah.
Great hockey right now. Winners last night. We got some cat talk coming up we'll get to. We'll hear some of the goals from Doug Plagans yesterday and our cat talk coming on up. Meanwhile, at 7 o'clock on Saturday, Leroy, UFC Fight Night. Jack the Joker Hermanson takes on Joe Pyfer. Took your fancy?
Nah, I'm out, dude.
Why?
You see here, my barometer on fights, in which I've already told you, I probably got 12 fights over the last 4 years that I've ordered and fell asleep. So that's another issue.
This one's freebie.
Okay, but still. You would have sold it to me so much differently if it was
next week.
Because you come in here like,
let
me send you a picture of this guy. Like you come in with a whole different attitude when it's a big fight.
Next week, I can't wait. Volkanovski, Taporia, pay-per-view, first pay-per-view. Oh, man. Pay-per-view for February. That's a good card. That card, that's good. That's good.
When are they coming down here?
March, the next month. So this is the last pay-per-view. Coming up next week is the last pay-per-view before Miami.
Okay.
March 9th.
Okay.
March 9th.
When is Connor coming back? Because you said I'm going.
Who knows? Well, I told you the Reddit theory.
Yeah.
I told you the Reddit theory that the people think that there's a Super Bowl commercial that's gonna announce it. So we'll see.
But
he did tweet today.
Whoa. Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just think this out. Dana White don't pay his fighters. He gonna waste $2 million on a commercial to announce fighting?
Well, don't forget it's a huge conglomerate now. It's that them and WWE together. Endeavor owns all that, so it's not like he has to reach in his pocket to pay for it.
It still comes off of his money line, though.
I could see him. He also said something weird. Like he said, they asked him because he's like, "Oh, are you gonna watch the Super Bowl?" Because in Vegas, it's his hometown. And he said something like, "I have to film something early, and then I'm leaving the game." So what could that be? Why would he say that? Food for thought.
All right.
Anyway, coming up on Super Bowl Sunday, Leroy, one of only 2 games in the National Basketball Association. Wet your whistle before the football. At 2:00, the Boston Celtics visit the Miami Heat. Take your fancy?
Yes. That's cooking TV right there.
I like it.
My fancy is tickled.
Although I think I might have a flag. I think Tommy's flag football game is at that time.
What are we doing?
On Super Bowl Sunday?
Dude, I know.
But isn't it an NFL league?
Dude, I had to watch like 3 Dolphins games during his games this year. It was ridiculous.
What are we doing here?
Ridiculous. Let's see. What time is this? Oh, good. His game is done by 2.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
All
Solid.
right.
Dang, so you get
So-
Tommy.
So, hey, Marcos, you bringing the whole fam or just you?
I was gonna ask if I can bring one cousin, but it'll be
One who likes the shoes?
Huh?
No,
You
that's
gonna
my
badger Leroy for shoes?
that's my brother, and he's still waiting on those shoes. But yeah, the baby will be there. The missus, once she got wind of the menu, has to show up now.
Oh, yeah.
Has to show up.
Has to.
Has to. So let's get to it, Leroy. What we've all been waiting for, of course. At 3:00, King's Thunder.
Nope.
Okay.
Good, keep it moving.
Okay.
You like what? So I'm a stop
Tickled.
watching the Heat and watch King's Thunder. Come on, dude. What are you doing?
Leroy at 6:30 on CBS. Super Bowl 58. The San Francisco 49ers take on the Kansas City Chiefs. The 49ers are currently a 1.5-point favorite. Does Super Bowl 58 tickle your fancy?
Absolutely, because when I pick a winner, it is going to go against everything that I believe and I have fought for when people pick football games.
My
And
fancy is tickled.
I'm shocked that I'm doing it, but I can't talk myself out of it.
I can't wait. Fancy is very, very tickled for this one.
Yes.
Cannot wait.
Yes.
What is the do we know what the post Super Bowl show is on CBS? Is it a Young Sheldon?
No, they have a new show coming out.
A new show.
Is it Fire Rescue?
No.
No, that seems like a show I know.
Let's see what comes on after the Super Bowl.
In Tracker. That's a show called Tracker. Yeah. I remember looking at it and thinking, this is a horrible show.
Oh, Green Arrow's in Tracker.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's the same guy?
Yeah. Green Arrow. Well, not you're thinking of Hawkeye, I think.
No, I'm thinking of Green Arrow. I watched that show.
Green Arrow is Green Arrow is the oh bless you.
Bless you.
Green Arrow is the is in Tracker. What does he track?
People, dummy.
Isn't Tracker typically something for animals?
No.
Tracker stars Justin Hartley, a lone wolf survivalist who roams the country as a reward seeker using his expert tracking skills to help private citizens and law enforcement solve all manner of mysteries while contending with his own fractured family.
Fancy's not tickled, I gotta tell you.
I'll tell you what the hell are we even doing here?
Fancy not tickled.
Can I just say something, Marcos?
Yeah.
You would have had me if we would have just went on without the explanation.
Oh, yeah. Well,
thinking that this was Arrow. So some stuff about to go down. Right? When you gave the explanation of the show.
Yeah. Not a fan?
Turned me up. Yeah.
Too much.
Too much.
Too much.
Too much.
Well,
They went into way too much detail.
Well, I'll take a quick break.
Oh boy, here we go. JFig. I was the black canary for Halloween one year.
Of course she was.
Yes, of course. Black.
You don't want to
put
watch
black in the title of a superhero, and that's JFig.
Well, she was Black Canary because she wanted to sneak up on the birds, so they wouldn't be suspicious.
I'm one of you. I'm one of you. Really? That's the sting.
We'll take a quick break. Back with more for this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Let's get to some cat talk, huh? Brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of
your Florida Panthers. I just went and prep mine. You know what I got? That peach, baby.
That's Goosey's right there, dude.
It's the good stuff.
That is the good stuff.
That's the
right
good
there.
stuff. You can always get the good stuff in the building on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because ain't nobody there.
That's right.
I'll be
Marcos,
on ice this weekend, by the way.
are you? You're going to be at the cat? You're going to go to the cat den?
I'm gonna go to the cat den, dude.
When are you going? Sunday?
Saturday. No
I
way.
was gonna say I live right down the street.
Yeah, no, Sunday. My Sunday's a little busy, you know.
Is baby Tadpole going?
Indeed, it'll be his first game. Well, I don't have to pay for him, right? He's less than 2,
I
right?
don't know. That's a good question.
I don't think I have to.
You'll know when they pat him down as he walks through security.
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. But
I
yeah,
do know, just be aware of whatever their look over their bag policy, because sometimes it's a pain in the ass with like diaper bags and things like that.
Remember when we went to the fight?
Yep. Oh man, Leroy got they gave Leroy the shakedown.
Over a little, like I had a man purse.
yeah.
Because I don't like having all that crap in my pocket when I go, sitting around. I got to move around. So I just had it in the man purse. They go, it needs to fit here. I'm like, okay. So I folded it. It fit in there. No, you go over there. I say, y'all got to deal with them. How much a kickback you get? Because my bag fits in this.
Sir,
I don't make the rules.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a good point. I gotta do some
just
research.
review. Make sure you do some game planning.
Thank you. I will.
Schmeathan Smolik says.
Otherwise, it's going to cost you $20 to store it.
Schmeathan says Marlins have dog at the park. Panthers have frog at the rink.
Okay.
Panthers win last night. Let's hear a little bit of the action from Doug Plagans on the call as they took on the Washington Capitals yesterday. Looking to bounce back, of course, because the Panthers had lost to the Flyers.
But we not. No, that was 2 games ago. They beat Washington.
That's what I was getting to.
Okay. But nobody got fired.
What?
Paul Maurice said we're not firing anybody.
Oh, nobody got fired or sent down. But after Alexander Ovechkin got the scoring going for the Caps in the second period, Matthew Tkachuk, he evened things up for the Panthers to make it 1-1. You have this call last night, Marcos, from Doug Plagans as Tkachuk gets the Cats on the board with his 17th goal of the season, which we have said this, and we were talking about this before the All-Star break. Matthew Tkachuk is looking back after the cracked sternum.
Yep.
He seems like he is all the way back. Here is Matthew Tkachuk with the goal last night.
For Hagee, for Forsling, cross ice, it's Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk sends it along the near side, down to the near corner. Ekblad had a bump on Jensen, but Jensen able to play it up the far boards. That rolls out to the line. Forsling held it in. Long shot, and they score! Through traffic, that one was tipped out in front. Matthew Tkachuk looks like he got a piece of that. The Panthers have tied this game at 1.
It's got to be such an incredible thing as calling play-by-play for hockey, in that you have to look for little tips because you're like, it's not the guy who shot it. It may have been the guy who tipped it in. Very impressive talent from Mr. Plagans. So then the Cats would go back on top 2-1. But who else is going to get a goal when you need to even things up? You know who. Rhino, dude.
Rhino.
Sam Reinhart, goal number 38 on the year.
Now off the face-off, far side of the ice, Panthers have it. It's Tkachuk at the line across Montour right point. Down along the boards for Barkov, behind the net. Off to the far corner for Hagee. Up top far point, long shot. Tkachuk tipped in front, and they scored. Sam Reinhart right out in front of the net, and this game is tied at 2. A power play goal for Sam Reinhart.
Yep, power play goal for Rhino. Tkachuk on the assist with Carter Verhaeghe. Matthew Tkachuk, he had him. So what did he have, a 3-point night last night, Matthew Tkachuk? Yeesh. He's good. And then in the third period, the Cats would not look back. They had to turn the keys over to the Lamborghini, Ryan Lomberg, with the go-ahead goal.
Gadjevich off the end boards, able to play it out the line for Ekman Larson. Ekman Larson long wrist shot, and it's kicked away. Rebound put through the blue paint from Stenlund. And here on the near side, Strom can't clear. Kulikov looking out from Lomberg shot. He scores. Top shelf. And the Panthers take a 3-2 lead. Ryan Lomberg upstairs.
Lamborghini with about 5 minutes left in the game. Lostarinen would get a goal with less than a minute left in the empty net, and the Cats get themselves a win. Let's go down to the Panthers locker room and hear from our guy, Sergei Bobrovsky, fresh off the All-Star game and his first start after the break. Here he is talking about the victory.
For the rest of the game.
Yeah, it was. They start pretty fast, pretty hard. So there was a little bit of work in the beginning, and yeah, it was good, good save. But I thought our guys did a great job. You know, they put together great performance for 2 periods, and yeah, they fight, they battle hard, and I think opponent fight hard too. So it was a great hockey game, and we're happy to get 2 points.
Obviously, you had a long break there between starts. Do you feel like you kind of slid right back into it?
Well, I feel like I'm in the process. You know, I'm getting there. So it was a little bit felt like about a month I haven't played. So it was good. Good to have lots of shots in the beginning. So it was good, and even better to get the win.
Penalty kill's been great for a while, but that PK there at the end, how big was that for you guys?
Yeah, definitely. As you say, guys work hard. Guys work smart. Good sticks. You know, they hold the blue very well. So it was crucial for us.
Love good sticks and holding the blue.
Volkas.
Ryan Lomberg's a big personality in this room. For him to get the game-winning goal, how much do you guys enjoy that?
Oh yeah, it's great. He's awesome. He's a soul of the locker room, you know, and it's great to see him score a big goal.
Talk about your blue line, how not only they protect you well by having the puck on the other end, but 3 out of the 6 guys getting at least 4 shots on goal. How great were their performance tonight?
Say again?
How great was the blue line generating offense tonight, in your opinion?
Oh yeah, they great. They can skate, you know, they can move the puck well, and they open up for the shots. So, and yeah, they've been great.
Man, Sergey. Volkas.
Say again.
Volkas.
You know what I was thinking? Damn, he about to ask that long ass question again.
Damn it, I had that locked and loaded with the blue line.
Yeah.
I was like, what did he say?
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, rest of our headlines are brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Other awards yesterday in the NFL awards ceremony. Lamar Jackson, no surprise, 2nd MVP.
You know, he's the only 2-time winner to not have a Super Bowl.
I didn't know that. Wow.
But keep in mind.
Was he also
20,
25?
20? No, 20. Yeah, he might be only be 25, 26.
27.
27.
Just turned 27 a month ago.
So, like, I hate the fact that we live in a microwave time right now. That when you talk about the greats, right, except for Tom Brady, most of these guys have gotten farther on in their career before they've won. Right. This includes Jordan. This includes a lot of the great players. And yet we still overlook all that and complain about the guys not winning now. Let's get rid of them. Let's do this. Let's do that, or whatever. You get ready to say something.
I'm fine.
Say it. Say it.
I'm not going to say it.
Say it.
I'm not going to say it.
Say it.
I'm not going to say it.
You already got the smirk to say it. You know I'm going to get mad as hell. Just say it.
Well, you're right about the microwave, dude. I mean, listen, you can fill your hunger with a Hot Pocket, but it's never going to be as good as a souffle. You made me. I was going to skip it.
Point four.
Yeah!
Really? Like you can't stop, can you?
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I had an interesting dilemma.
What's that?
I made myself a sandwich. Fonz cooked some bacon. So I made myself a ham sandwich. I had it all locked and loaded. Put tomato on it, mayo, a little bit of mustard, cheese, heated up the ham, put it on my toasted bread, and then I smelled the bacon. Is that too much?
No.
Ham and bacon?
What?
Yeah.
I would have been mad if you didn't put the bacon on.
Okay. Because that crunch is glorious.
Of course.
All right.
Ridiculous question. Take a quick break.
Now we want to take a break after you get your little. Come on, man.
You made me say it.
Does anybody feel bad for me? I go through this every day.
Well, you understand what I'm saying, though. Like, you can fulfill
Then
yourself. You
then
can
why as a society in sports don't we get that?
I don't know, because we don't have the patience.
Okay.
All
right.
I don't know why.
All right.
But I'm like, I agree with you.
Frog Boy doesn't. He thinks Tua should have won 2 Super Bowls by now.
Well, listen, he loves a microwave meal.
At least a comeback player of the year award. Sheesh. So not mobile, he can't even beat Joe Flacco in an awards race. I'll take my mind.
It's pretty odd that you went comeback player of the year.
I don't really want you to play the -1. Can you just have the clip of the listener telling you to go to hell from yesterday?
Okay.
Because
that's your -1.
That's your -1.
I've been getting, surprisingly so, you guys won't believe this. I've been getting a lot of flack for this Dan Marino take I had yesterday.
Hey, Marcos, I don't know what your freaking problem is, but go to hell, man.
We'll take a break. 15 minutes of heat. Next.
15 minutes of heat is sponsored by Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Start the new year in a new ride with no payments for 90 days. Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.com.
Oh, baby. 15 minutes of heat here for you. 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 o'clock. Oh, hello, Jennifer.
Hello, Black Canary.
Ooh, man.
Slanderer.
I'm telling you, right?
Okay, Marcos. I'm
We
taking
remi-
away your liberties on the chat.
We know what you said.
-1 for deception.
You know, now that I think about what she said about me being a mush, maybe it
-1.
was.
It wasn't me, okay? It wasn't.
Maybe it was. Maybe it was. Miami Heat, they are back in action on Sunday. Should be wrapping up practice about this time and getting going. I saw that Jimmy Butler did a piece with Anthony Chang had a couple of had an interview with Jimmy Butler talking about his love of what he said this is paddle. Is that the same as pickleball or is that different?
No, paddleball's different.
What?
Yeah,
I can't keep up. I can't keep up.
different tools.
Oh.
Like crocodile alligator situation though. Same.
Yeah.
But how about this? Anthony Chang in his column, Jimmy Butler was asked about Cuban coffee. He says, it's too strong for me. I'm not going to lie.
What?
Mr. Big Face Coffee says,
What?
Too strong, the Cuban coffee.
Yeah. That's fair though. That sounds like
He said, yeah, it's too strong for me. I'm not going to lie. Then it's like if it's too strong, they just put a bunch of sugar in it. Whether it's colada, cafecito, it's strong. But the one thing I do like about it is you're supposed to share it. And that's what coffee is supposed to be about anyway. So I like that part about Cuban coffee culture. But too strong. I don't know, Jude. Listen. So you're telling me if I go to Big Face Coffee, there's not something called rocket fuel? Because that's basically how I like my coffee.
nah, it's more of a sipping coffee.
Like I like my coffee basically to be Roadrunner in a can. Like that's how I want my black, tasting like gruel, and that's what I want my heart to do right after I take it.
I don't like this.
Why? Why not, dude? Because then of course you have a Celsius to chase.
Oh, okay. That's the problem.
Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up.
I'll say this is after the coffee. This is probably your second Celsius of the day.
Surprised. Jimmy Butler also was asked about the All-Star break and what he plans on doing. He says, be with my kids. My babies mean the world to me. I want to spend as much time with them as I can, be with my family. I think everybody knows that I don't care to be an All-Star. I don't care about being an All-Star, and I don't care about any of that. I just want to win. I am who I am, man.
I didn't even know he had multiple kids.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler, multiple. He's got the baby artwork now up in his locker. It's adorbs.
That's right. You did mention that. Nice.
So good. Enjoy your family time, Jimmy. Who needs the All-Star game anyway? Bam's going to be there representing. Jaime's going to be there representing in the Rising Stars game and in the slam dunk contest. Saw UCLA put out a montage of Jaime Jaquez Jr.'s best dunks from college. He's already had some. Why is Stunt Steve saying I made up a quote? I swear to God, I wouldn't make up work from the Miami Herald, Stunt Steve. It's all over Twitter.
Made up quote.
Look at that. You put that up there, JFig?
Story was originally posted. Okay. Okay.
Story checks out.
You calling this man a liar? That's my guy.
Good teeth.
Great teeth.
Solid.
Not like Miley Cyrus.
I do think that Anthony Chang was probably taken aback by that Cuban coffee quote because he's like, what? You're Mr. Coffee. You don't like Cuban coffee?
Yeah, that is strange.
Hey, that guy doesn't have teeth like Miley Cyrus.
No.
He's got some chompers.
Yep. JFig thought I was kidding.
I really did.
I couldn't I was looking at it, I saw the tattoos and I'm like, whoa, the teeth.
What was it about Spencer Dinwiddie that made you happy? Like, why would you just want some guy who can get bucket?
The name sounds like, I mean, We can't ball anymore?
No, I was just curious. What did you guys see that Grant Williams? They're rats off a ship on him. If you guys don't remember Grant Williams, of course, Jimmy Butler gave him the business game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
Yep.
And
Grant Williams is that tall?
Yeah.
Because Jimmy's not short.
No, he's not. But Grant Williams, of course, got the business. He was a Maverick this year. And there's a story that they basically were annoyed to holy hell with him in Dallas. So much so because one point during the year this year, he allegedly changed shoes. This is rough. He changed his basketball shoes from signature Lukas to signature Tatum's. He went back to his old squeeze.
Wow,
Because
dude.
he changed shoes?
Yup.
Get out of here.
Come on, dude. Too much.
Why? I'm not
lying.
Mm.
Can I just... this is nonsense.
I'm not telling you none. It's just what's being
Maybe
reported.
those shoes are more comfortable.
Maybe, but you can't.
Okay.
You can't go to another signature player. You got to find some other Jordans.
What if he wore those before and he just went back to his old shoes?
Doesn't matter. You know, there's a Tatum, Luka.
There's shoes.
Doesn't matter, dude. If Luka has shoes, imagine if somebody in the Heat locker room, right?
Okay, what about somebody in the Heat wear Jordans?
Bam does.
Okay.
Bam wears Jordans, but I don't know what signature Jordan he wears. His say Bam on them.
Huh?
His shoes specifically say Bam on them.
But they're Jordans.
Right. Yeah.
So what if he switched to another type of Jordans because those shoes hurt his feet?
No, I don't know.
You're gonna read into that?
I
You
don't
sound
know.
ridiculous.
I don't sound
Jordan,
honestly, you say I sound ridiculous. Is he a Maverick anymore? No, he's a Hornet.
Okay, so what? What does that mean?
Basketball purgatory.
Like, first of all, let's be clear. Okay. Nobody cares what shoe you're wearing if you ain't playing.
It's just kind of a team petty move, you know? Like if you
Yeah. Oh, did he switch when he went to Orlando?
When he went to what?
Where did he go to? Is he still in
Well, he just got traded yesterday. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't investigate his Hornet shoes.
I
That's
need
my
answers,
point. That's my
Tobin.
point.
Dude, let me tell you something.
He's sponsored by Jordan. He can wear whatever Jordans he wants.
But if you have Luka there and you
That's
you
not
ditch the
true.
Luka
No,
shoes.
that's not.
I don't know.
Gotta use the
my
Lucas.
goodness.
I don't know.
So
I
does
don't
that
know.
work for everybody? So if I was Steph is Steph Under Armour?
Yes.
Yes.
Steph is Under Armour. And I go to and I was wearing who else is Under Armour?
I don't know. Who the hell is who
I don't
is
know.
Under Armour?
Nobody.
No.
So
one.
there's a bunch of people that are say New Balance. New Balance made it.
Yeah, like Kawhi.
Okay, so Kawhi. Say if I go somewhere else and I'm wearing Kawhis and then I switch, is what does that mean?
Well, what are you switching to though? Are you switching out of the Kawhis and then wearing LeBrons? You know, theoretically, if LeBron was in New Balance, which he's not, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. No,
interesting.
like this is what I mean.
Old
This
squeeze.
is nonsense.
Also, speaking of old squeezes, Kyle Lowry apparently looks like he's lining up to end up with the Philadelphia 76ers, to which I just want to be clear.
So they can sign him?
They can sign him. They can sign him. Yeah, they made a move yesterday. They shed some salary because they're going to take on a lot. They're taking on a lot of weight, you know. So they had to shed something off their roster to take on so much weight. And so I just want to say, look, enjoy Kyle Lowry, dude. He's going to go there. You guys will love him. You know, Joel, you'll love him because he flops, and Maxie, you'll love him because you'll take all the shots and he won't shoot at all. So enjoy him, you know.
Wouldn't it be something if the first game he plays for them he scores 30?
He won't.
You just don't, you don't think he has it in him?
I bet you he might score 30 his entire tenure there.
I'll put a wager on that.
30 points
And his whole tenure there?
His whole tenure there, dude. You know, Terry Rozier's like Terry Rozier basically already passed his season with his time with the Heat.
I would say within the first week he scores 50 points.
50 points.
Yeah.
So you're
Two
saying
reasons.
that
One,
so you-
Joel Embiid is out.
you think he's going to average what, like 17 points a game, basically?
Give me 2 weeks. That's high. 5 games.
5 games. So he's got to average 10 a game.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hard to say.
I mean, you're the one saying he won't score 30 his whole
Dude,
time there.
his last 2 weeks here, he didn't shoot. Everything was 2 points, 3 points, 2 points, 3 points. A lot of complaining to the refs, though. He's great at that.
Again,
Philadelphia's going to love that about him.
boy, how quick do we turn? Remember when you came in here celebrating him working at UFC?
Nothing personal. Nothing personal. It's business.
And I made
baby.
fun of him, and then you got on me, and now all of a
I
sudden,
thought people were a bit harsh on
the red
him.
quote was, he won't score 30 points in this whole tenure in Philadelphia.
Listen,
Now that comment right there seems a little more harsh than me laughing at him tip tapping on the
you
weight.
made fun of him, like you made fun of his weight. Maybe you had some points back then. Maybe you had some points to the.
I didn't make fun of his weight. You did.
No, I did not.
Stop
You were making fun of him nonstop.
No, that was you.
What?
You don't want to call
I
them
think
Miss
you
Met.
both did. I think you both did.
No, I did not. I did not make fun of his weight. He just looks built because he's shorter than everybody else.
Look, when you're on the Sixers, I don't know what to tell you. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to remember. I'm just gonna let bygones be bygones. No, I'm gonna wish nothing. I wish him no success. I'll tell you that much. I wish him no success.
He's gonna have a 30-point game, and then I'm gonna come in here, and then you're gonna try to find some way to slither out of that.
If he has a 30-point game, drug test him.
With no Joel Embiid?
Yeah, even with no Joel Embiid.
If he don't score without a Joel Embiid, he ain't gonna be there long.
Dude, he's old.
Kyle Lowry can shoot though.
He can shoot. He doesn't.
He will. He ain't gonna have a choice.
Really? And he was on a team where everybody was like, "No, you score. No, you score. You score."
But that was everybody.
He was the biggest offender of them all.
Oh, okay.
What?
Watch.
All of a sudden.
Watch.
all
You're
of a
gonna be
sudden.
so upset.
You think he's gonna turn into to 2015 low dog?
I said in 2 weeks he'll have 50 points.
What an accomplishment.
I mean,
You also told me the Heat were going to make a trade at the deadline, Leroy.
they did. Terry Rozier.
Okay.
Boxed in.
Hey, Boston.
Oh,
Boston.
You've been
Oh, boy, that was too easy. I see why you like this, Tobes.
Exactly, dude.
It's too easy. Dealing with amateurs. You just put yourself out there. And listen, I'm gonna just say something there, Marcos.
Yeah.
With your comments the last couple of days, you may ought to take it easy.
Yeah, take it easy, dude.
Right.
Try to lay low. I'm getting death
You
threats.
had all of Florida telling you to go to hell.
Yeah, I don't know why. They love this Dan Marino guy. Pretty good.
Kyle Lowry over his last 10 games with the Miami Heat was averaging 5 points per game.
He'll double that.
That's more than I thought, to be honest.
He was
He'll double
shooting.
that.
He was taking under 6 attempts a game.
Okay. Watch.
He was shooting 17% from 3-point land.
Okay. All right.
35% from the field.
Okay. I got you.
Just letting you know.
All right.
That was from Christmas to his last Heat game.
Okay. And in 2 weeks, he'll score 50. You have to know as soon as you get like as soon as you put the New Jersey on, the first thing you're gonna do is, show everybody that you left. Hey,
Yeah, well, Terry Rozier took him a little bit to get going.
Okay.
Took him a little bit. But he is in Philly. He might have like a little hometown, swag going for him.
Oh no, he will. Would you like to wager dartboard on it?
No, I don't feel like it.
Okay. Yeah.
You
then
became Mr. 76er lifer
money
over there.
You put your money where your mouth is. Otherwise, stop saying it.
Ooh.
Why?
Why?
Why? What do I have to bet on all my opinions in life?
No. You
Yeah.
just got to bet on. I just make you
How
bet
many
on
games
your-
is 2 weeks? Make it a game total. So you're saying
It'll
10
be six. It'll be six. Six
So that's
games.
6 games. He's going to score 30 points or 50
No, it's
points.
6 games to score 50 points.
I like that.
Done.
Oh,
Mark the tape.
we got action, baby.
Done. Done.
Mark the tape.
I like it. This is good. What was the wager? Did we just
Dartboard of doom throw? Whoa! Are you taking?
But
He's
we
got
still
6
have-
games. He's got 6 games to reach 50 points.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, Leroy throws. If he doesn't, I'll throw.
Again, because you still owe.
I'll have 2 throws. I'll have 2 throws.
You
But I'm gonna tell you,
3.
or you could take it off my or you could take it off my burden.
No. You owe 2 right now.
I don't know 2. I owe 1.
You do.
What do I 2 for?
Jennifer says you owe 2.
Did you
I don't
forget
know.
that you were whaling?
Oh, get out of here!
Family.
You are a ridiculous politician.
Did you
and
forget that
still
you
pony
were
sheriff.
wailing?
What did I wail for? Who?
French.
You were wailing in French yesterday, okay?
That's another language.
And you're not an owl. That does not. Nope. Nope. I told
I'm
you.
not
any
taking that.
form
Dart.
of
No, I'm
wailing,
sorry. I'm going to
okay?
appeals court for that.
Nope.
Ridiculous.
I'm
Ridiculous.
the judge, so.
No, you're not. I'm going
I
to a court. Your license is suspended. You're supposed to have a jury of your peers.
Nope.
Not a biased judge.
JFig owes us a throw too. You know?
Yeah. By the way, you owe a throw. How can a criminal
Yeah.
judge me?
No, I do. And guess what? You guys
Serve
have
your
yet
sentence, and then you
to
can
go
hand
put
down
things
punishments.
on the darts, okay? The dartboard.
Yeah, Leroy, looks like we're gonna have to go ahead and get this dartboard set up because these two seem to be
Tuesday throws this week.
You've been saying that for the past maybe
Well,
2
you want to know
months.
something, Jennifer?
What?
I was busy writing for the newsletter. Hopefully, I wouldn't be shut out. So I was busy.
Guess
Take a
what?
break.
I'm the one checking your newsletter notes.
Take a break. Mix it up next.
Yo, I ain't see you in a minute.
All right, welcome back. Over to Leroy. Hey, we got a chance to win a 3-day pass to go rock the oceans with Tortuga Music Festival on Fort Lauderdale Beach. That's April 5th through the 7th. You guys can see Lainey Wilson, Hardy, Jason Aldean. Text the word Hardy to 20357. That's Hardy, Hardy, to 20357. You just might be going. If you want to purchase single-day tickets, pick your day or grab a single-day pass. You can do that now at TortugaMusicFestival.com, and you can see the whole lineup there. It is a mixed bag there at Tortuga, which means it is time for a mixed bag here. Oh, the mixed bag brought to you by Broward Health. Well into your future. Hello, Frog Boy. Hello. What do you have for us today in the mixed bag?
Oh, I got a wonderful mixed bag of goods. But we're going to start things off playing with the heartstrings, if you will.
Okay.
As you may or may not know, yesterday was 2824.
Yep.
Which is significant because it has 2 of Kobe Bryant's numbers, and significant because of the reveal of, I believe, 1 of 3 Kobe Bryant statues.
3 Kobe Bryant statues.
3 of those bad boys.
3.
But one of them was revealed yesterday, and this was the wife of a late superstar Kobe Bryant as she presented the statue.
Phil, Kareem, Derek, and Jeannie, you meant a whole lot to Kobe. We appreciate you for being here and sharing your memories of my husband with us today. As I see today's current generation of star players follow in Kobe's footsteps with huge scoring games, I know he would take pride in knowing that he is still pouring inspiration into the game that was so special to him. I don't want to reveal too much about the statue before you see it, so I'll leave you with one of my husband's amazing quotes. Leave the game better than you found it. And when it comes time for you to leave, leave a legend. And that he did.
There you go. Certainly did. Certainly
Did you guys
did.
get a chance to see the statue, the pose?
No,
I did.
I thought you were going to put up a picture of it.
It was him walking off the 81 point game, right? Wasn't that the pose is from?
Indeed, that was 1 finger up in the air, wearing number 8. But like I mentioned, I believe there's going to be more than 1 statue. So she did also have another pretty cool quote that was essentially how Mike McDaniel put it. With all due respect, F off if you have any problems with the way that the statue was positioned, as Kobe apparently was the one to pick it. Cool. My thing is, though, how Miami Heat of them to lose after presenting the statue, dude.
Who do they have last night? The Nuggets?
Nuggets, dude. Like, come on, you gotta pick an
easier opponent. It's gotta be like a homecoming game, you know. You gotta pick the bums just so everybody goes home happy.
Dude.
Yeah.
Homecoming game. I remember it well. 1986. We were number 1 in the country. Jim Harbaugh was our quarterback. 1986.
All right.
We lost our homecoming against Minnesota as the number 1 team in the country.
No. Wow. How? Like badly?
Field goal at the end of the game.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's rough. That's heartbreaking.
I'm sure Jim Harbaugh took that well.
Oh my goodness. Can I tell you, just imagine Ray Lewis playing quarterback. That's how intense he was.
Jeez.
Oh, did he give good speeches?
Oh, I remember we played Ohio State one year.
Yeah.
And they said, let's have our All-American Jim Harbaugh come up. And he came up and said, who are they? And turned around and walked off.
Oh, that's good.
That is good. That's good. Kobe statue, by the way.
Oh. Okay, yeah, that's nice. First of all, it's one of the few statues that aren't all bronze.
No, it's cool. Yeah,
right, that actually has color.
I like that.
Right.
I like it.
Exactly. Like it.
I like the trophies behind it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's. I didn't even see that.
Very,
Added
cool.
touch.
Very nice. I think Karan Butler went yesterday too during the off day.
I would say this. There's not
D Wade was there.
There's not too much that they could do as far as honoring Kobe that anybody should have a problem with. Right?
No, that's cool. He's it kind of goes with him too because he's got 2 jersey numbers retired. Now he gets 3 trophies.
Look at that.
Or 3 statues, excuse me.
3 statues.
What else we got in the mixed bag, Marcos?
Oh, it is a mixed bag, as we like to mention here. So it is going to be jumbled with a bunch of things you may not expect, including some WWE, gentlemen.
Oh,
not sure if you guys have been following. The Rock has returned.
I see that The Rock is, but the people aren't happy with The Rock, yeah?
The people were pissed. So the WWE did a
kind of weird. That's kind of weird.
It is weird. It is weird for sure.
Who isn't happy to see The Rock?
There once The Rock made his presence known, there was an outpouring from the WWE community of hashtag We Want Cody, which is Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, a respected member within the wrestling organization, also has a lineage just as The Rock does. So it's not like he's just some young punk, Served his time, definitely, but the fans clearly made it known that they were not interested in The Rock winning a championship. What did the WWE do? Pivoted very brilliantly. They decided to embrace that heat and use that energy to push Cody Rhodes to the top. And how do they do that? The only way they can, by making The Rock a heel.
Wow.
So The Rock comes back yesterday, teams up with Roman Reigns, and goes as far as slapping Cody Rhodes in the face during a press conference to advertise WrestleMania.
How about that?
Now we get to the audio that I'm about to play. This is what happened backstage between The Rock and now general manager Triple H, as The Rock was very heated and continued to sell this feud. This is what it sounded like.
A lot of what that is. We got to fix it. Have them talk about our family again, and that's what happens. It's out of line, it. It's not out of line. How much? Have them talk about it. If you don't fix it, we will. Have them talk about our family again. Slap his teeth out of his mouth.
Rock is upset.
He's back, ladies and gentlemen. Heel Rock has returned.
Yeah.
Well, it almost is in true form of WWE, because all the people that are well liked eventually will become heels, and then all the heels will become well liked. It has throughout the history of WWE and wrestling. This is how it goes.
Can't believe we got to a point though where people didn't like The Rock coming back. That's
crazy, dude. Crazy. It is definitely split, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is definitely split. But
I'm rooting for The Rock. I mean, Cody Rhodes can kick, and I like Dusty Rhodes. I loved his father, but hard times, Daddy. But I mean, The Rock's home team. He gave the Canes a locker room. What am I supposed to do? Root for Cody?
Yeah, exactly.
No way, dude.
Like the most famous guy being the heel is good for WWE.
What do you? What else, Marcus? Give us one more before we hit the break here.
Love that. Really glad you'd give me the opportunity to share this. Deshaun Watson, you guys familiar with him?
Mm-hmm.
He has a podcast. Podcast is called QB Unplugged, right?
He certainly has been a QB Unplugged lately.
Okay.
From play.
Yeah, absolutely no productivity as of recent, but he's still a pretty good quarterback.
Does he consistently put up the podcast, or is it like kind of scattered like he's been?
Okay, well, I haven't checked on the consistency of its uploads, but I did check on the content.
QB Unplugged. My fan base loves Joe Flacco more than me.
Apparently,
what was he, I don't mean to interrupt. What did he say?
This is exactly what he said.
You feel me? They're not gonna play me the same way like a Tua, because I can use my legs, I can run, I do a lot more movement in the pocket, things like that. So like for me, I think like the first half, like I'm trying to figure it out, and like I start off slow, but once that third and fourth quarter come around, now you just calling your best plays. You trying to make work, and you got to make your playmakers got to make plays, especially in that fourth quarter.
Playmakers got to make plays. Mobile can't just play him like he's Tua.
Okay, well, you know what? I think Tua has played a lot more successful than this guy has in a long time. So, like, you know, what in what universe does he have any ground to speak on Tua Tagovailoa's play with how inconsistent
I
he's
love
been lately?
I love the way you two.
The dude is a roll of the dice. If he's even, I'm not even talking about the off the
Hold
off
on.
the
No,
field
no.
stuff.
You're right. Everything you're saying is right. However, he's talking about being Tua as far as just sitting in the pocket, throwing the football. He's saying, "Hey, I can use my legs also.
I'm a playmaker." That's what he says. Unlike Tua,
he didn't.
Dude's a shell of himself. He hasn't been Deshaun Watson in 4 years.
Okay, that's fine, but that's all he was saying was as far as a drop back quarterback who doesn't run. That's it.
Not gonna lie.
Oh my goodness.
Seems like the community didn't respect Tua's season last year.
The
Just saying.
community? Well, listen, if there's anybody's respect you want, it's Deshaun Watson's.
I'm just saying.
The community, because once you have little tadpoles, it is a community because there's a ton of tadpoles for one little baby.
I meant the NFL community. You know, no one voted him for comeback player of the year. Deshaun Watson says he's.
You gotta play.
Just saying.
If he throws for 5,000 yards next year, he'll get comeback player of the year.
Okay. Keep hoping.
You don't think there's any chance?
235. No, I mean, like we keep wondering when are those flashes going to happen? You've had drives. You haven't even had games from him.
Hey, but question.
Where he's looked like himself.
Okay, question. We say that about the Heat, and you feel differently.
The Heat do it every year. Deshaun Watson hasn't done it in half a decade.
Okay.
Wow. Buxton.
No.
In fact, the last time that Deshaun Watson was a good quarterback, Jimmy Butler was a 76er.
Wow. Has it been that long?
It has been that long, Marcos.
He's trying to figure it out on the fly.
It has been that long.
He's trying to.
When's the last time Deshaun Watson was good at football?
He goes, this is 4 years ago. 4 years ago.
2020 with the Texans, yeah.
Which would make you wrong.
Not that wrong. Yeah, but not that wrong.
But wrong.
So the last time he was good at football was when Jimmy Butler was in the finals against the Lakers. Jimmy Butler's first season with the Heat. That's the last time.
But he wasn't a 76er.
He was close.
No, he wasn't.
He was close.
See, look, hey, wait, Marcos, you see how this dude operates?
Yeah, no,
like almost and close enough count for him, but for us, you're a fraud.
I'm not a fraud.
You were wrong.
I'm not wrong.
He wasn't a 76er.
Please. Speak on Tua.
Or was he not a 76er?
Got things to say about Tua. Where
was
you been,
he
dude?
or was he not a 76er?
Dude, how about
Look, here we go. Look.
When it comes to
me.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Deshaun Watson. How about when it comes to anything about what my style? Dude, your style. I mean, like we were all locked in our homes the last time that you were good at quarterback. All right, enough.
Done a lot of watching though. He's done a lot of watching, and apparently he's not impressed with what he sees. He would know, professional quarterback.
QB unplugged. Where were your jiu-jitsu classes, dude? Maybe you should take a few. You lost the hearts of Cleveland fans who'd rather have Joe Flacco out there. Trust me when I tell you, if they weren't locked into you contractually, there'd be plenty of Browns fans who would rather have Joe Flacco this upcoming year than you. The only reason they're bringing you back is because they're forced to, dude, and you want to say things about Tua.
Can I say this? Joe Flacco was awesome. Okay? But there isn't a football world where 13-8 is good. You know that, and I know that. So let's stop. He had a nice little run. Things worked out. But in the end, he threw 13 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. That's not winning. That's not going to win you anything.
Take a break. Back after this.
WQ
person that will always have your heart. You never see
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on a Friday. Super Bowl 58 coming your way this Sunday. So be ready for that and everything we got going on there. Let's get to our headlines. Brought to us by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Reports out from Miami Heat practice. Jimmy Butler, according to Ira Winman, given today off from practice for personal reasons.
Wonder what that
Bahamas.
Working on this coffee recipe.
I listen, when I saw that he played all that second half against the Spurs, I'm like, he ain't practicing for 2 days. He can get a day off. He get a little extra day off. It'll be a little tomorrow, baby. Saturday practice, a little sweetener.
I mean,
Celtics.
He was exceptional. So
he was. Haywood Highsmith was back at practice today. I see some video from Ethan Skolnick. So he is back with the team after that horrific accident that happened earlier in the week, where he was cited for reckless driving. Just seems like an awful story. We talked about it a little bit earlier, just awful details coming out of that. But he was not like going 80 in a 40, and he did not leave the scene, and he did not he wasn't drinking or anything like that. It just seems like something that apparently the lights were off, hit this pedestrian or this guy pushing his disabled vehicle, and guy lost his leg. It's a horrific thing that happened.
Yep.
Let's get to our Inter Miami update, which is brought to us by Kettle One. Kettle One vodka made to cocktail. Interesting update on the Pinks, Leroy. Remember how we talked about this earlier in the week, how in Hong Kong they were booing the Pinks because they didn't play anybody. And they were chanting for refunds. Well,
they got one.
This is from Miami Herald's Michelle Kaufman. Inter Miami, the organizer of the Inter Miami game in Hong Kong on Sunday, where fans booed Lionel Messi for not playing, will be issued a 50% refund to the ticket holders, which is going to amount to $7.2 million.
Wow, they got 15 mil for that?
Sheesh.
Now, I'm more than sure that's just the money that they would have made.
It says tickets sold for as high as $624 for the exhibition game and was attended by nearly 40,000 people. But they were chanting refund during the game. So it has not been the smoothest international tour for the Pinks.
I mean,
not a lot of wins, and then you have this whole mess that happens as well.
That's one of the hardest things to do in sports, is what soccer does. Is that they play all these friendlies after playing a season, after playing for your country, after playing in the World Cup, after playing in the Olympics, and all this. And if your stars don't play every single game, somebody's going to be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a unique situation. I don't know how you do it, because here's the other thing. Messi ain't young.
He's not young.
If you paying him that money, you want him ready for the MLS season.
Yep.
So I get it. A good job by them returning the money, but at the same time, do people not care what, just that's a hard thing. Fly all over the world and play soccer, and everybody expects you to play in every game?
Right. I expect him to play in every game down here. Got to keep the main thing is what Pat Riley said. And the main thing is every time we're at Drive Pink Stadium, Messi has to be ready to hit the
I'm not
pitch.
talking to you anymore.
Why?
Jennifer Marcos. Did you see the conversation I just had? And I explained, how difficult and how hard it is playing for your country. We had a little bit of that last year with Messi when he went and played for Argentina, right? And this guy, soon as I get done, I expect him to play for all the games for the Pinks.
Right. Not at home. At home. For the Pinks
championship.
Listen, the Heron flock, which is what we call the pink supporters.
How many
right?
games have you been to?
I love the beautiful game, dude. And the Heron flock.
He's been to -2.
We fly together.
None.
We fly together. But we cannot fly without our goat.
Are we going to a game this year?
Do you, what?
I would like to.
You want to go to a game?
Too rich for my blood this year.
Only
if Messi's going to play.
That's a good point, though. I don't want to go see anyone but Messi.
It's a unique profession in that you don't have to worry about buying money to a concert and the star doesn't show up. You don't have to worry about going to a comedy club and the main act doesn't show. Well, Marcos, you do because I don't know what y'all got. Yes, I don't know what y'all got going on over there.
Crazy stuff.
Right? But for the most part, like if you got to worry about that in basketball. But for the most part in football, right? You're gonna try the team and the players are gonna do everything they can to get their guys out for all 17.
I got a joke.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Not you. Good night.
-1.
That's not a -1.
-1 for Sass.
What's your break? Well, it's too late now. You ruined it. Take a break. Back after this.
WQAM 15 minutes of heat is sponsored by Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Start the new year in a new ride with no payments for 90 days. Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.com.
Welcome back. 15 minutes of heat for your ass right here on 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Miami Heat are back in action on Super Bowl Sunday, one of 2 NBA games that day. We also have Kings Thunder. So we'll see what we got going on. I want to say, yeah, you're going to get a little parlay action, Leroy, that you want to do with the Heat and the Super Bowl.
You got to see what they put out there, because there would be like a points thing. And usually they go closer to the game that's playing at that time.
You don't think? Well, I mean, they're an hour apart. I don't know. Why would they keep the Heat? It's not like there's a ton of games.
Yeah, but that game will be going on like right at the end. Right? So it'll be easier to track it. I don't know. I'm sure they'll have points, rebounds, and something, or assists and catches, or, stuff like that.
I want to get to I want to see what we got going on for this, because I need to find something that's like plus 15,000, something like that I could really.
I thought we were going to take a break from that.
Really, just spark the interest of me. Get the juices flowing.
I was thinking of one. Go. Purdy's rush yards is like, his rush yards are really low.
Purdy's rushing yards for the game on the Hard Rock app. Rushing yards.
I noticed they don't have the Miami Heat game for Sunday yet. Of course.
Brock Purdy, his over-under is 12.5.
Yeah. Over.
Over.
Here's the thing that's tricky about that, though.
Wish my quarterback ran 12.5.
You want to know the tricky thing about it?
What?
Sacks count as negative yards.
It's true. Good defenses that were going into this game. I kind of feel like it's going to be a low-scoring game, yeah?
Anytime we say that, it's going to be a barn burner.
You think so?
They both have here. I would say that Kansas City is going to run the hell out of the ball.
47.5 is the over-under.
What is Pacheco's number?
I'd get them for attempts too, because, like you said, they're definitely going to run the ball.
His over-under 67.5.
Over.
Ooh.
I go over Brock Purdy. I would guess the passing yards are going to be around 250 for Patrick Mahomes.
Passing yards for Mahomes 260.5.
260.5.
Purdy's 248.5.
I would. If any one of those guys get over those numbers, it's going to be an over.
Well, how many Mahomes did not throw for a lot of yards last Super Bowl?
No. If you look at Tom Brady's numbers, there's a lot of games he didn't throw for that many, like right around 200. I would say Christian McCaffrey's rushing yards are going to be right around 80, 90.
Mahomes' yards last year, 20 of 26, 182 yards, 3 TDs.
Right. You want to make this an under wager? Just an under parlay?
I don't know. It just seems
2 overs and 2 unders. So how about this? Purdy over, Pacheco over,
and Jaime Jaquez dunks over. No? Jimmy Butler steals?
He just said it's not on there yet.
Oh, well, it'll be on there, dude. Trust me when I tell you, by that day, it's going to be on there. And I'm going to parlay it. I'm going to go Jimmy Butler, because we almost hit it last time. I'm going to go Jimmy Butler steals. I'm going to go Bam Adebayo blocks, okay? And then I'm going to go, does a team get a blocked field goal in the Super Bowl? What can I get for a block party parlay?
Block field goal? You're not blocking no field goals.
Why not? Who's
what
to
about
say?
a field goal hitting the post? That's gonna have value.
You wouldn't want to throw a little 5-ski on blocked field goal during the game?
No.
I think this Switcher said it best. This segment should be called "How to Lose Your Money in 15 Minutes."
Only if
I'm
you have a
trying to
negative.
talk them out of it.
Only if you have a negative output. El Cruz.
Negative output. You make negative bets.
How am I making negative bets? We call it a block party parlay, okay? And we go Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler block steals. We'll get the over on that. And all we need is one blocked field goal in the game or punt. We can go block field goal or punt.
When was the last time there was a blocked field goal or punt in the Super Bowl?
I don't know.
That's
good
good.
question. Good question.
Let's see.
Blocked field or punt in a Super Bowl.
That was no. I'm looking
Super Bowl 18.
First one that came up.
Thank you. Like, do you realize why this is going to pay $1 million? Oh, I'm trying.
You guys usually do somewhat better. This is just not it.
Super Bowl 10, the Steelers won it on a block punt. How about that?
Look at that.
Super Bowl 10. They were
history.
Was that back when
Steelers beat the
Dempsey?
Cowboys?
Was Dempsey? No, he was with the Saints. He didn't never.
It was Terry
That's
Bradshaw.
when they were kicking head on.
And do you want to know where that happened, by the way?
Miami. Look at that.
OB.
The OB.
Can I just say, y'all do that. I'm having my own little $10 wager on.
What if we go Duncan? What if we call a threes parlay, right? And we do Duncan Robinson made threes because he's been in a little bit of a slump. So I feel like we get a good number at this. He's due. So we do Duncan Robinson threes with Justin Tucker. Okay. Or not Justin Tucker. What's that dude's name? Butker?
Okay, I would bet all the money in the world that Dunks would win.
No. We do. What's the dude with the long hair? Butker, is that his name? Butker, right?
Oh, Butker. Yes.
Yeah.
We go Butker, Duncan Robinson combined threes. All right. We parlay that. We probably get like plus 800 or something like that. I'm just throwing wild numbers out here. I'm not really sure what it'll be at, but I kind of want. I love a good themed parlay. You know,
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a themed party? You don't love a luau. So I just think we should go out there. We should make. If we're gonna make parlays, we have to have every one of them connected.
That's terrible. Leroy and Carl Weathers had chemistry class together last time a field goal was blocked in the Super Bowl. Really?
Point for Twitcher.
That's terrible.
Leroy, can I bring Super Bowl bingo to your house?
What the hell's that?
Oh no, he's about to host a whole new game show at your house.
You know, workshopping. It's still patent pending. But essentially,
Let me ask you this, Marcos. Can
Yeah.
we do something on passing yards? But also, can we do over under on Kevin Love outlet passing yards?
Oh, listen, jackass. The bet has to exist with the book. Not you just made up bets.
I'll just get a bookie. Somebody will take some action. We could measure it with second spectrum stuff these days.
Oh, God.
Problem?
My head hurts.
Mine too.
So just so we're clear, you just want to stay football.
No, we could go football, basketball, but at least make them realistic.
Make them worth losing.
My goodness. I had a head full of hair. Y'all saw that picture yesterday. That was 8 years ago, before I started doing the show with you. Now, look, nothing. Crickets. Look, see that? Look, nice little part. I got the finger waves going, and now look at me now. This is me with Tobin.
See, the only thing Tobin's actually focusing on is the other end. You know?
Yeah. Oh, look, I had the shield, the tinted shield.
Let me ask you this. You know who did finger wagging? Mutombo, who would have been part of a block party parlay. So we do blocked field goal and Jimmy Butler Bam blocks together. We got something cooking, dude.
That's got to be like 30,000. That's good value.
Did we find blocked field goal, Marcos? Has that ever happened?
The only blocked field goal that I saw happened to be the Dolphins getting their field goal blocked in Super Bowl. I think it was 8.
Wow.
A very infamous blunder. So I avoided that.
Oh, is that laces out?
Gary Yepremian.
That's laces out, right? Wasn't that the what Pet Detective was sitting around?
No, that wasn't that Pet Detective was later.
Okay.
Because Dan Marino did not hold the laces out. That's why Ray Finkel was so upset. Try and keep up, dude.
I don't.
What if we do?
No.
Add to the parlay.
Can we get some real props instead of Tobin props? You can't bet on Tobin props.
Why not?
Because he has the list of the props. No.
Am I uninvited? You're working on it, dude.
Yeah, that's the only block that I've seen. I'm not sure. Either we're due for a block or it's not going to happen. that's
if that was Super Bowl 8, it was 50 years. There's only one person who was alive when that block happened.
Zonk.
So we're not betting on another one happening in our lifetime.
What if we ask Zonk about it and he goes, probably do.
No, Gronk would say, I don't gamble. I don't associate with gamblers, and I would appreciate if you didn't. And so include me in your little reindeer games. That's what Gronk would say. Angrily, and he might hang up.
Can we bet? Can we parlay what we think the first commercial will be?
Definitely going to be Uber Eats.
Uber Eats.
I'm going to want people to order for the Super Bowl right away.
Can I just say this? If you don't already have your food, Uber Eats can't help you.
Yeah, it's true.
Be honest, Posh. One of the commercials. I thought it was funny. They redid it. It's a good one.
State Farm. Yeah.
State Farm.
What do you think the first commercial is going to include Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce?
Wouldn't be surprised.
Sick of them, dude.
Wouldn't that be something if Taylor Swift's in the commercial now?
That would be something, but I doubt it.
You have the time.
Can anybody afford Taylor Swift for a commercial?
No.
Nah.
I mean, think about it. She is flying from China, right? China or Japan?
Japan.
Flying from Japan to go see a football game and then fly back.
Crazy.
She actually doesn't have to fly back because that Saturday is the last Tokyo date.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
All right.
JFig is apparently she's that Twitter account that's tracking.
Are we gonna do something?
That is not me.
Are we gonna do something? Or are we still gonna keep listening to your stupid bets?
We gotta take a break. I mean, we gotta play you dead to me to end things, but we could. I think to you, my parlays are dead to you, so it's a little insulting.
You're actually working on it.
You're dead to me.
Back out of this.
No, not
this hour of Tobin and Leroy is.
Oh man, why didn't anybody tell me?
Guys ruin it?
Why don't anybody tell me that Leroy Horde wanted to tell us about Kozar coffee? Because I'll tell you one thing, Leroy, it's delicious.
I got to tell you, the other thing is because you try to get off the radio so quick because of your takes that you forget. That's why. But I'm going to help you out. You guys all know BK. He's at Super Bowl right now, trying to get a hold of him. And you know the story. Been through a lot, 40 surgeries, 100 concussions. He was down, but not out. He realized that food is medicine, and he said, hey, I changed what I put into my body. So he started creating wellness products and has finally released Kozar Coffee, an organic coffee that is infused with vitamin D and resveratrol, which is nature's miracle antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. This combination of ingredients is exclusive to Kozar Coffee and is the perfect way to start your own journey to a healthier life. All you need to do is go to kozarcoffee.com. You can get some merch. You can get some coffee. But for the coffee, we have an exclusive discount for our listeners. Just use code Leroy and you will get a nice little discount. I have done it to get my own discount, even though I could probably call Burn, but that's okay. That's a whole nother story. Just go to kozarcoffee.com to order your game-changing coffee. And as Bernie says, you deserve to be healthy because you matter.
The kind of brother who been
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy. Take up until 2 o'clock here on the program. Let's get to a little "You Dead to Me."
Are we gonna wait for our boy, or do we?
I said let's get to a little "You
Yeah,
Dead to Me."
not a problem. I guess we won't wait for the boy. Not stalling because I didn't have it ready.
You're dead to me.
This guy over here. What are you doing?
You know, just trying to get that Kozar coffee.
So last night, I don't know if you guys saw, but there was a boxing match. There was a boxing match on ESPN, or I don't even know if it made ESPN. I watched it on ESPN Plus. But Teofimo Lopez, who is the 140-pound champion, used to be the 135 champion, lost to George Ferocious Kambosos, came back and won his belt. And yesterday, I'm watching this fight, and it's an awful fight. He was taking on this dude Ortiz, right? And Ortiz was kind of running throughout the fight. It was a really ugly fight, but also I felt like Teofimo gave a lot of rounds away too. So it was a really close match. I don't really care if Teofimo got the slight nod on it. I'm fine with that. Although Terrence Crawford was giving him the business because Teofimo was talking a lot of crap about Terrence Crawford. So one judge had it 117-111 for Teofimo Lopez. And I got to say to that judge, you're dead to me. You don't know how to judge boxing. It was a terrible scorecard. And I'm just furious that we go into the sport and it's a roll of the dice on what the hell they're going to pick every single time, because these judges are like so off with seeing the same fight half the time, and it just makes it feel like it's always on the fix. It just feels like that.
I mean, you've been wrong too.
No.
So hold on. Let me explain something to you guys. So when I go to a fight with Tobin, he shares his personal score with me and then Twitter.
Mm-hmm. I don't tweet out. I stopped doing that like 2015, tweeting scores.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I get
the only one you
get your
tweet
score.
is tweeting yourself.
I get your score, right? And then at the end of the fight, he's always like, "Oh, I don't know how they got that number. This is what I got." And you're not a judge.
I should be a judge. I could be a judge.
Could you?
I'm way better at this than these guys.
No,
are.
because here's why you can't.
I'd be the least corrupt judge.
Here's why you can't be a judge. Because every time some fan goes, "Ooh, you give them credit."
In fact, I'd revolutionize the game. I would go earmuffs. And so I would only be visual, no sound. I'd be taken away from it, but I'd be in person. It changed sport. It changed the sport. I tell you. They don't know what they're doing these days. And also, by the way, Top Rank, you're dead to me. Thursday night fight. I had to watch that at midnight. Are you crazy?
That's what I was more confused about.
You're dead to me.
Because you mentioned Teofimo Lopez. I don't know how to say his name. But I was like, on a Thursday?
Yeah.
That's a good Thursday for a Thursday night.
Didn't we have Ryan Garcia on?
I don't know if we've ever had Ryan. We haven't had Ryan on.
No? Okay.
Mm-mm. Right. He's fighting Devin Haney, though. We've had Haney on.
That's why I asked.
Oh, that's going to be a good fight.
It's not going to be a good fight. Devin Haney's going to piece him up.
What?
See what I'm saying? Like you're not always right, dude.
Okay.
You're far most expert, and like sometimes somebody gets hit, somebody gets clipped. Okay. You can't do nothing about that.
Devin Haney won't be touching that fight.
All right.
Okay. What do you got for your dead to me?
I would say, Marcos.
Damn it.
After your last 2 or 3 weeks of this foolishness.
Yeah.
you're dead to me over Tua. And here's why.
You're dead to me.
Tua has had two of the best years at quarterback overall. Yards per attempt, completion percentage, touchdown, interception ratio, all of that since Dan Marino, right? Which is a very long time ago. Yet, you want to ship the bum out.
We say it that way.
You call him basically saying he's a bum.
I mean, but
he's had 2 years.
Just go get his brother.
He's had 2 years.
Yeah.
That have only rivaled Dan Marino when it comes to all the numbers. So I ask you this. All those other quarterbacks, what do you make of that? Because this is the most success they've had as an offense since Dan Marino was here. Don't you think you maybe ought to see that through a little bit?
I mean, I'm not saying get rid of him. I'm just get the younger, more agile, mobile version.
So you can just get another guy to just build on that.
His brother.
That is why you're dead to me.
That's fair.
You're dead to me.
Bum.
Tough crowd. Tough crowd. Never been used on myself.
And don't go buy a Purdy jersey this weekend.
Don't you dare.
He's got to win. If he chokes in the limelight, can't have him.
There's 31 choking quarterbacks, according to you.
Spotlight's on Purdy.
Do you want Lamar Jackson? Choke.
2-time MVP Lamar Jackson? Yeah, I'll take him.
Hasn't won anything.
JFig, who's dead to you?
So I wouldn't really say it's a dead to me situation, but I'm kind of over all these celebrities giving us more information than we actually need or asked for.
Like who?
Like, let's say Drake.
Oh, okay.
Just throwing out unnecessary videos out on Twitter. And then I'm not going to get into that. But then there's also now Bad Bunny who's trying to one-up him.
What?
With videos online. And it's
what are the videos
too
of?
much. I won't
Inappropriate leaks.
Very inappropriate
They're
leaks.
posting them?
Yeah.
Like they're pulling a Draymond Green?
Is that
It's
what his
weird.
Didn't realize.
So Champagne Poppy was Champagne Hoggy?
Was he? Was he?
Just-
Was he?
Where's the class here? What's going on? And then there's also people who love talking to us about, telling us about their sex lives, and like I just don't care. I just don't care.
Larsa Pippen loves
Larsa Pippen. I just don't care how many times you
So
go
you're
at it.
You're over the oversharing.
You're kind
I'm
of going on
over
a
the
vast
over-
thing of celebrity, though. Like, there's a big gap between the importance of Drake and Larsa Pippen.
Well, yes, but still, like I just don't care. And then it just shows up on my Twitter, and I literally don't care.
You're dead to me.
I'd rather
So
not.
you're
see
more
it.
offended that you probably opened it up at dinner and mom and dad was sitting there and you.
Yeah, and then people are out here questioning me. What are you watching? What are you searching up? Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, I thought Drake dropped an album. He did not.
He dropped something, all right.
He dropped
Hog's
other things.
He did not.
He dropped Anchor.
You're dead to me.
Marcos, who's dead to you?
Dead to me is a legend within his sport, a GOAT, one of the most recognizable faces across the platform of tennis. Andre Agassi.
Wow. What did he
Andre
do?
Agassi.
You're dead to me.
You scumbag. Whoa. Too much? That may have been too much.
I mean, I don't know. What did he do? Maybe it wasn't too much.
I expect a check in my mailbox due to what is coming out. Partnered with Nike, there is a brand new shoe coming out. Let me give you an idea of what it looks like, and then you'll understand why I'm so pissed at him. This is Mr. Agassi. Back when he had hair, you see those Nike on there.
Yeah, those are nice pink.
Those are cool.
Black.
You know, they're coming back out now. Do you know the name of these bad boys?
Agassiz?
The Hot Lavas.
Oh,
There's no way. There's no way.
Dude.
There's no way.
Cornered the market on all cool lava stuff.
Wow.
How dare you?
That's a cool name.
Wait, so now you got to buy the shoes and do that dunk again.
Gotta do it again, dude.
I gotta say, for Andre Agassi, that's a cool name for some shoes.
Hot lava.
It's cool.
What a great name. They do like lava.
Not as much for your 4-man basketball team.
But apparently,
well, it was actually 3.5 because Gabby got crossed over so much she was never on her feet.
You understand why it's different, though, don't you, John McEncroke?
No, that's a point. But no, I don't.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Now you know you're gonna buy them, right?
Do you feel robbed?
I feel like I inspired that for sure. You mean it's some sort
He
of?
was just recently down here. Maybe he was listening to the show.
He was doing his little pickleball thing. Now he's like, oh, you know what? Maybe I should come back with the lavas. Yeah. So enjoy that release date, fall 2024. If you guys like to write me my check, you know where I'll be.
That's our show for today, everybody. Enjoy the Super Bowl. We'll talk to you Monday.
Hey, Marcos, I don't know what your freaking problem is, but go to hell, man.
Buckle up. Here it comes.
I want to see I want to see if he can run it.
You just wait.
Yes, indeed, you can run it.
Wait, hold on. Isn't that Chris Brown?
We're talking about the ones that are on crack.
Hey, boo-boo, we're going to do some blow.
I'm high as a kite, Yogi.
So when you run into one of these crack bears, you should be able to shoot it.
Hope you mother have a good day.